Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, an actual play podcast. Every episode micro-plot is a complete adventure with a beginning and an end that fits into the overarching macro-plot of the whole season. Because they stand sturdily on their own, you can listen to these adventures in any order, and can skip any you don't enjoy. Today we are playing using the combat mechanics from a game called Trapped in an Endless Ikrala, or maybe Ikrala. Ikrala is a setting expansion written for the Liminal Horror game mechanics. It's our first time playing, so we might make some mistakes. If you enjoy these mechanics, you can find Trapped in an Endless Ikrala on javierloustaunau.itch.io/KRLA. Build your own Trapped in an Endless Ikrala character and play a game with friends. Speaking of friends, today we are joined by Wilford Tohu Abohu. Wilford, can you tell us what you look like and what your Ikrala character stats are?
Hello. I'm glad to be here. Today I'm wearing my orange coveralls. There's quite a bit of jangling as I move about because I've got little bits and bobs, things that I carry with me just in case I need them. For this particular outing, you might think of me as a bit of an electrician or inventor. I've got 6 in strength, 8 in strength, 8 in dexterity, 14 in control, 6 hit points, armor 3, and stability 2. And I'm looking for a nice hot meal at the Ikrala today. They've got really good meatballs in the cafeteria. And maybe some of those sleeves of cookies.
Yeah. And Edgar Luminor.
Hello, it's nice to see you. To give a little explanation of what I look like for this particular adventure, I'm just wearing some comfortable kind of long sleeve pajamas. I didn't really feel like getting too well dressed for the time. Underneath I've got a little bit of armor, but that's not really your business, I don't think. I've got a little fancy one of those sleep hats on my head with the little ball of cotton on the end, just because I think it's a little stylish. And as for my status, I would say I'd have around 6 health, 2 armor, 3 stability. I'm feeling rather weak today, so I'd say like a 12 strength, maybe a 13 for dexterity, and then a 15 for control. I'd say I'm mostly here for some kind of a history book. I'd really like to learn more about the triumvirate of Farvath Lamora back from where I came from, but I'm not having the highest hopes, I would say.
And Muse Martinez.
Hey guys, it's me, your favorite, Muse. Of course, I've got my stylish outfit on. I'm wearing my shorts that are leather, just a regular tube top, and my monogrammed leather jacket. My hit points is 6. My armor is 3. It says I have a breastplate. Well, we know. Don't we? My stability is 2. My strength is 15. My dexterity is 9. My control is 14. And today, I'm looking for some guitar strings. Got a performance to do.
Great. Welcome, says 3 cashier attendants positioned at the entrance to 3 shops. You each are walking into a store independently. You're not with each other. Wilford, you decided to go shopping today by yourself. Right now, you are stepping inside the store. Please describe what item you are here to shop for and what type of store you are currently stepping into.
Yes, as I said, my final destination, as it were, is the cafeteria, and also to get some sleeves of cookies. I particularly like to pick these up when I'm by myself, so that way no one else knows that I have them, and I can have them all to myself. But currently, I'm moving through the one of the furniture sections, where there's a lot of couches and sectionals and things.
Muse, you decided to go shopping today. Right now, you are stepping inside the store. Please tell us about what you are here shopping for and what type of store you're shopping in. What sort of items are you seeing in this section, which is quick grab items near the cashier?
100% a music store. Albums line the walls. Other pieces, of the smoking type. You've got some long other things happening over here. Maybe like a little area where you can hang out and listen to music, and it is just it's all party in here. And her mind is to her guitar that she needs to buy strings for.
Yeah. Edgar, you decided to go shopping today by yourself. At this moment, you are stepping inside a store. Please tell us what you are here shopping for, what day it is, what store you're shopping in.
I would say today I'm heading towards the bookstore. There's a nice little coffee shop next door, but I kind of want to be a little more close to the bookstore right next door to it. Grab a little cup of coffee, head on over. It's a Saturday, so everything's kind of quiet. And then I head over to the next door bookstore. I walk in. There's a lot of friendly faces, but I don't want to pay them any mind. There's not too many people that I feel like speaking to at the moment. So I'm just going to wander around the bookshelves and take a quick peruse.
Bookshelves, furniture, musical instruments. You each individually walk around the stores you're in. There's a sign that says, "More shopping on lower level," with a magically moving staircase, us players would know it to be an escalator, heading downwards. Do each of you get on the escalator?
100%.
The lower floor's where they had the food court.
I hadn't found the book just yet, so it probably is on the next floor.
Each of you continue shopping on the lower level. You're perusing the shelves, looking at items when the lights go out.
Seriously?
In this moment, Wilford, a chill rushes through him, and he reaches down at his hip where he's got his trusty wrench ever on his tool belt, and just slowly starts sliding the little spinner with his thumb as he just takes a few deep breaths.
Did I get to a bougie shop? Ugh.
This is rather interesting.
The darkness is so complete that you can't see your hands in front of your face. You feel funny, lightheaded, a bit dizzy. You hear a clattering sound off in the distance. The lights come back on, and you are no longer in the room that you were. The three of you see each other. You are together in a furniture store. It is a large, uniformly lit furniture store displaying items that people could buy to put in their living rooms. Wilford, can you describe some of the furniture you see in this display room?
Yeah, there is in particular some of those modular couches where you can slide different pieces around depending on whether you want a really long one or an L-shaped one, or if you need to stack things so that way kids can climb and play on them.
And you all can react to being teleported.
Oh, and we see each other?
Yeah.
I run
What?
up and go hug him.
Put me down.
Never!
Oh, hello? I haven't
I'll put him
seen
down.
you two,
Of
Muse.
course I'm going to put him down.
Goodness.
Thank you
Hi.
for putting me down.
It's been a while.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think I've met you, though.
I was just
no.
going to say, who's your friend here?
I was going to ask you.
No. My name is Edgar Luminor. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm not sure I've seen either of you around, but I see that you wear the fire-breathing kittens emblem.
Now that you're standing close to her, you can see that she's got some augmentations, places on her body that look more maybe cyborg than human. And she looks at you. Her eyes are bright purple. They're obviously not real. And she gives you a very charming smile. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Muse.
It is nice to meet you as well.
Pleased to meet you, Edgar. Wilford Tohu Wabohu. And he extends kind of a frail, shaky hand.
I just call him Tofu.
Would you rather I call you Wilford, Tofu, Labofu, or all of the above, do you think?
Wilford's fine.
Wilford.
Tofu's my name.
Wilford. Yes, I will let that be your name, and I'll just call him Wilford, I think.
So, did anything freaky happen to you like 2 seconds ago?
All the lights went out and then I was here.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'm assuming since everyone's kind of saying the same thing I was going to say, that we've all been sucked into some sort of pocket dimension. I mean, looking around here, it looks like kind of the star that I was in before, but there's more modular furniture units rather than the bookshelves of before. But the roof and the walls are all the same kind of colour. And there's you here. I don't think I saw you out in the bookstore before I was coming in.
Oh no, books are totally not my thing.
Pocket dimension feels like a rather strong jump right off the bat, but looks at the fire-breathing kitten tattoos on himself and the others. But perhaps not
honest.
such an unreasonable guess.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what that means, but I do think that maybe we transported to a different place.
I mean, from looking around, it's just kind of different than before, and I'd say rather better to assume it's worse and to be wrong than to assume it is something small and be surprised when the pool is quite deep, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like to assume anything, because all it does is make an ass out of you and me. So I think Go ahead.
Wilford's stomach growls loudly. He says, well, I assume that I'm still hungry, and I wonder if maybe we can find a food court here.
Oh my god, have you had their meatballs? Delish.
I have heard very good things about the meatballs.
You know what? I'm here to get some strings for my guitar. I'll totally do a song for you later. Absolutely. No charge.
That
You're
sounds
welcome.
lovely.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So why don't we go get a bite to eat and then figure out what the heck is going on?
Let's go. And Wilford starts to walk. So there's a bunch of couch sectionals around us, GM. What do the corridors or hallways look like?
Have you ever been in an IKEA?
Yeah.
No.
Like that. Okay. There's like arrows on the ground and on the floor, and they point past the couches and like little mini room setups to like direct you through this almost like huge warehouse that has individual seating areas in it. But before we move on, do any of you have any like deductive reasoning skills or abilities that would let you know if you were still in Nikamui? Because we have stats in this game. You can try to roll and see.
I don't think
If
I
you've
have
got
that
any, I
kind
don't
of
know,
ability.
Yeah, would that be a control roll of some kind to
your
ascertain
intelligence.
the
Yeah.
nature?
Yeah. See if Wilford is smart enough to figure out where you are.
Yeah.
Or to get a clue where you are, I guess.
I believe in you.
All right, so I'm going to toss a d20 and try and get under my control score of 14. And I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, you get a special clue. A natural 1 in this game is like a natural 20 in Dungeons and Dragons. It's amazing. Critical
Very
success.
nice.
Love that.
I'm going to be great at this game.
You are. I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue. Your wrench is made out of iron and other things, right?
Oh, yeah.
It kind of feels a little bit spicy, like Bernie here. Like, does not fit in well.
Oh, interesting.
Warm to the touch, vibrating with the dissonance of its existence here.
Does this experience, because Wilford has spent substantial time in the fairy realm, where iron is also a bit of a spicy element, is it a similar kind of resonance to that experience, or is it something else going on here?
It matches your memory of that experience.
Oh, well, I don't think we're in Nikamui anymore. He immediately like ratchets up probably like 4 or 5 levels of wariness that someone has plucked him and by extension of the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild comrades in arms into the fairy realm, potentially fairy realm, outside of their wishes, looks over at Muse and Edgar and says, if you have weapons, pulls out Rusty, his trusty wrench, I would have them close to hand.
And why is that?
He's dumbfounded for just a brief moment that someone would even question that. He's like, are you new to the guild?
I bring out a knife. I have no problem stabbing.
I thought we were just in a store, or a pocket dimension store. I'm a little confused.
I have reason to believe that malign influences may have transported us to the enemy territory.
I understood 2 of those words.
Well, in that case, I think I understood that I should take my dagger out. Is this good? And you see that he just pulls out this, like, really short little, very thin black obsidian dagger that is just sitting in his palm, waiting to go into an unknowing pair of ribs.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Muse is standing there with a chef knife.
Well, I like that. Not subtle at all, but very effective.
She gives you a very concerning, murderous smile.
That's what I like to see.
Those will do just fine. Now, let's continue on, but keep your eyes peeled for threats.
I can make it where I can literally don't have to blink. Would that help?
Ooh.
That sounds pretty nice.
Effective.
Then she could both peel her own eyes and also peel yours off with her trusty knife right there.
I can do more than that, baby. I'm good with my hands.
Oh,
stay
goodness.
focused.
I think I like this star.
As you walk, you notice movement, and all of you, completely on edge, turn and like rapidly whole body shift to notice a small mannequin that is gesturing like Vanna White at the display furniture. It has a sign on it that says free hugs and opens its arms wide.
I don't think we should hug that thing.
I don't trust it in the slightest.
I kind of want to hug it.
That's very nice of you, but I don't think that's necessary.
I can't leave it hanging, man.
Maybe we all hug it at the same time.
No, I'm not hugging that thing.
I'm willing to hug it if someone else hugs it with me, but on my own, I don't think so.
If Muse is set on hugging this, perhaps Muse should hug it first while we keep an eye out. He's like doing that thing where he's like kind of like spinning and like hopping a little bit, bouncing around.
He looks like an idol character.
No, more like if there's someone getting ready to snipe him, that they're going to have a hard time locking his position.
Bob and weave, bob and weave.
He's taken on evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
I would rather we not hug this mannequin, but if we are going to hug it, let's do it as a group.
I would feel really bad, but I mean, Tofu. Okay, be straight with me, my dude. In the easiest way you can explain it to me, where do you think we are right now? Because if you don't think I should go hug that, it would make me sad, but, I mean, I trust you.
Let's say that I have history in realms outside of Nicomoy, and that history includes some enemies. I worry that they may be behind our sudden change in location.
Okay, so are we trapped by wizards, or are we trapped by, like, monsters?
We don't know much of anything yet, but magic seems high on the list. And he gestures towards the mannequin that's like, again, moving of its own accord.
I don't think that's a normal thing to see.
My dude, I think it just wants a hug.
Is it in our pathway, like the direction we were traveling?
No, you don't have to walk past it if you don't want.
Wilford's going to start walking slowly, kind of backing away, keeping an eye on it, but try by his own actions to lead the group away from this mannequin.
I'm going to follow you. That seems like a smart decision there, Wilford.
Yeah, I'll wave goodbye to the mannequin.
All right, you have officially moved on past the mannequin. At the end of the adventure in the epilogue, I have written down to tell you what would have happened if you'd hugged it.
Ooh.
I would have made a best friend.
One of the cool things about these adventures is that I'll tell you, like, the opportunity cost, the thing that you don't get because you chose something else. And there's a lot of free will involved. So, okay, you move on. It doesn't follow you or anything.
Organ rearrangement.
Hmm?
Sorry, I was just joking. I said involuntary organ rearrangement.
You'll find out at the end.
Yeah.
As you continue to walk, you walk for a really long time past purple furniture, gray furniture, black furniture, white furniture, fuzzy furniture, leather furniture, internally chilled furniture, furniture with an outlet, furniture with a cup warmer. Keeps your cup warm. It's
Makes
like a cup
sense.
holder, but it's heated or chilled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who knew there were so many options for furniture?
You continue to walk and you hear a sound. It's faint, coming from far away in the 10 o'clock direction.
Might
You guys
there be
hear
a
that,
bit
right?
more descriptor to what kind of sound? Like a scuffling or a siren or a scream?
If you move closer to it, I'll describe it. If you walk past it and move on, I'll tell you at the end what it was.
Can we, like, crouch down and, like, try to get close to it without, like, getting attention to ourselves?
That's our first roll of the game. Please do a dexterity check. Or no, not the first roll. We got a critical success as our first roll. That's the second roll of the game. If you equal or less than your dexterity stat, you succeed at this hiding check.
Edgar rolled a 5.
And your stat is...
Oh, 13.
Oh yeah, you're very hidden. I have your dexterity as 15.
Oh, then it's 15 and I wrote it wrong.
Your strength is 13, your dexterity is 15, and your control is 12.
Nice. I rolled a 2 and my dex is 9.
Yeah, another success.
Ooh, I rolled a 20. Just
Oh.
swing in the both ends.
Oh, that's a critical failure. Oh my gosh. The sound is louder, and you can now tell what it is. The sound is screams, and due to that critical failure, I'm going to respond to that in-game. As your brain wraps around the concept of what it's seeing, everyone please take 1d4 of stress damage as you realize that you are watching a screaming, flailing coat rack being dragged by its base, its coat hooks scrambling for purchase on the smooth, glossy floor. It is not being dragged by a human or an elf or a gnome or a dwarf, but by a couch. The couch's cushions are opened as if they are a mouth, biting the base of the coat rack and dragging it screaming across the floor. How much damage did you each take, and what is your current HP?
I rolled a 2, and with my 2 stability, I think that negates the stress. Is that correct, GM?
That's correct. You still
So
have
it-
6 HP.
So with that reminder of how that works, I'm only taking 1 damage because I rolled a 4 and I have a stability of 3.
Okay, I rolled a 1. I have a stability of 2, so I'm still at 6, right?
Yes.
Alright. Look at me knowing stuff.
Great. You are all watching this scene. How do you react?
It's the circle of life. Let's
Yeah.
continue on. I'm not in the habit of putting my life in danger for coat
Yeah,
racks.
Muse is just kind of like staring at it like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about this, but okay. She just kind of
I've
like
never-
acknowledges it.
I've definitely never seen this happen with furniture before, but it does seem to be just a predator doing its thing. No need to interact.
They move on. All right. I've recorded what to tell you about what the critical effect of the couch was if it would have hit you at the end. I'll tell you about that at the end. You reach an escalator. Do you take the escalator? There's a sign that says more shopping on a lower level with a magically moving staircase heading downwards.
Gurgle, gurgle, grumble, grumble. I still haven't found my cookies.
I mean, I don't need furniture right now. I need guitar strings. I guess we have to keep looking.
I would agree. I also don't know that I trust this magical staircase that goes upwards, because if we went downwards and ended up here, if we go upwards, will we just go back, or will we come here again, but twofold? Or is it going downwards?
To clarify, the escalator is going down.
Oh, well then in that case, it's most certainly going to make it worse. I think that if we go there, we'll go deeper into the beast, but at the same time, I do agree that there seems to be nowhere else to go. So if you all would like to go that way, I suppose we shall go into the belly of the beast with our weapons in hand.
It's all good. It's going to be fine, I hope.
Wilford is going to make a point that as we're getting close to the bottom of the escalator, that I'm going to hop over the gap where the stairs get pulled under, because after seeing the couch and the coat rack, I am not going to trust that this thing won't try and narble us right at the bottom.
That is fair. Valid.
All right, I think that was each of you, right? Getting on the escalator?
Yep.
You walk off of the escalator into a large, uniformly lit storage area with closely packed items that people could buy to put in their living rooms. Edgar, can you describe some of the things you see around this storage room? Instead of a display, it's like all those items, but they're like close together.
There's a strange number of columns, but they don't all seem to be real columns. It's like one of them is a giant pipe, and then one of them is like one of those columns that you see off the side of some like ancient architecture. And then another looks like it's probably meant to be a bird bath, but I'm not entirely sure. But they're all long, tall stone things, or wooden things, or things that are made of a material that I don't care to rename, that I cannot seem to recognize.
It's very Southern Plantation, lots of extra columns in here. As you continue walking, a few hours later, you realize that you feel very thirsty. It's been a long time since you've drunk any liquids, and although it's a bird bath in form, it's not a bird bath in function. There's no water coming out of it. Everyone, please add a thirst-based fatigue to your inventory. It takes up 1 inventory spot. What do each of you now have in your 4-spot inventories? Oh, and as a reminder, if you have full inventory, you have 0 HP.
Oh, crap.
Went from chuckles to oh crap.
That is an oh crap for me as well, because I currently have a coin purse, a bag of hardtack, an obsidian dagger, and a dry tongue.
So we're at 4 inventory until we can find like a backpack or something else that expands it to 10. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
And you can drop something that's not a fatigue.
Because all I have is my knife and my drugs. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not.
So in order to maintain my hit points, I believe that I am going to set down a screwdriver and measuring tape near one of the distinctive columns, which will give me an inventory of wrench, duct tape, thirst, and leave an open slot so I still have 6 HP.
Wilford, I think I just thought of a solution to our little hunger problem. I know it's no meatballs, but I could give you this bag of hardtack, and if you just want to eat it, that would get rid of one of my items, because I seem to be quite tired.
Ooh, I'm not picky.
Wonderful. And that will take me down to 3 in my inventory as well. Now it's coin purses, 1 coin purse, an obsidian dagger, and a dry tongue.
I just look around. If you guys think I'm giving up my drugs, you're nuts.
I didn't know you had drugs. That's your business.
Why? Do you want some drugs?
Not for me. Not at this present time. We seem to be in a pocket dimension after all. I don't think that's a great idea. Then I'd be within a pocket dimension within a pocket dimension.
I mean, yeah, but I got some really good drugs, you know?
I might take you up on that another time.
Okay.
Wilford, the 2-foot tinker troll takes the hardtack out of your hands and just goes.
That man was very hungry.
I could still go for some cookies.
My apologies.
Muse, do you have 0 HP then?
I do have 0 HP.
Whoa.
Bold.
I ain't giving up my drugs, bro.
Drive it like you stole it.
All right. I like the role playing. I'm worried about the survival.
I have 0 survival instinct when it comes to my drugs, man.
So you're all a bit thirsty, and that thirst if it is quenched, will remove that fatigue spot from your inventory. You continue to walk on and on. The arrangement of the couches and stored living room furniture, the columns, the bird baths, is a bit unusual here where you arrive at. All three of you notice how, by an arch of couch pillows supported by these bird baths and stone columns, perfect, yes, anding, and by pushing together these columns and bird baths together and laying a table on its side and putting couch pillows over the top, someone has constructed a fort.
Ah, perhaps a sign of civilization of sorts.
If not for what we saw with the wild couch eating the what was it, a table, a clothing rack, I don't remember anymore, but something was getting eaten. I don't know that we should head in there, but perhaps we give it a knock and see what lives within.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm really good with people. Like, I could just go ahead and be like, check the vibe, you know? I'm really good at vibe checks.
I do think
While
Muse
Muse
should
is
check the
doing a
vibes.
vibe check, I would like to just cast a glance. Are any of the bird baths either functional or set up as a display where it actually does have like a running water element?
No, but you're so thirsty you wish they did.
I'm not picky.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the entrance. I'm gonna like hold out my hands like so they can see that there's nothing in my hands. And I'm just gonna like peek my head in and just be like, hello? Is anybody here? A girl could really use some help right now.
It is a fort, so you have to like bend down and like
Yeah, that's
stick your
fine.
head in.
Yeah, no problem.
As you bend down and stick your head in the fort, hands raised, a middle-aged man, balding with a mustache, he's paunchy, jerks with surprise. He grabs a knife and looks up at you. Then his mouth drops in recognition when he sees you, Muse.
Oh no.
Recognition and anger. His fingers clench more firmly around the knife.
You wouldn't do this to me, would you?
Do you know who this is?
I have a feeling I might.
You should. They know who you are. Middle-aged man, balding with a mustache, paunchy.
Oh dear.
Is he wearing anything specific?
What are you hoping he's wearing or not?
Maybe a suit?
Not wearing a suit, no.
Okay, so it's not... Okay, do I recognize him? I need help.
Honestly, I don't think your character would. But he recognizes you, and he says, "You!
Me?
It's... One second. I think it was Valentina. What was your fake ID name?
Oh, Veronica World Trotter!
Veronica World Trotter! And he keeps that knife clenched in his hand firmly.
I mean, yes, that's absolutely who I am. How did you get away from me last time?
You killed me, beep.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know how much it costs to be revived in the hospital? I'm in so much debt.
I mean, that sounds like a you problem.
Oh my. Can you roll for your charisma, which is your control? As he's mumbling to himself, my wife left me, my kids think I'm a deadbeat, my job thinks...
Alright, I believe when I was reading the rules that meets beats, correct? Because I rolled a 14.
Yeah, if you rolled a 14 and you have a 14, he does not immediately stab you.
Oh, thank goodness. Because I'd be dead.
Yeah. You're walking around with 0 hit points.
Hey man, we're cool. It's cool. I'll tell you what. I have something in my pocket. Okay, my hands are out. You can see. Hands out. I have something in my pocket that could possibly give you some money. I don't know how much, but it would be better than nothing to those shark loans, right?
You owe me, Veronica. You shot me right through the heart, and you ruined my life.
I can give you something that will at least give you a little bit of money.
Let's see it. And the security guard that you killed at Progen Wave in Electron in the episode Granny's Glasses.
Now, yeah, I remember him
now you do.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna kill you.
Oh, great. I'm gonna slowly reach from my pocket and I'm gonna bring out my illicit drugs. And I'm gonna slowly hand it out to him and I'll be like, you can take this and you can run, and I promise this will be the last time you can see my beautiful face. I mean, it's a shame for you, though.
He snatches the illicit drugs from you, and you have successfully bartered for not getting stabbed by this crazed, extremely debt-ridden,
and now I'm no longer
abandoned by
0 HP.
and you gained 6 hit points. Yeah, that worked out great. Another reason why Jeffrey Antonio is in this story is because if you die in this horror game, your characters are a bit prone to dying. You know, you can resume play as Jeffrey Antonio so that you can still stay in the adventure.
Oh,
and he has his own win condition for the game. So that's a way for you to win, to distract you from your character's untimely death. So, there you go, guys. All right.
And this is why I didn't give up my drugs, guys.
Everything okay in there, Muse?
Yeah, man, we're cool, right? Right, dude? We're cool.
He's pawing through the illicit drugs, being like, oh, I can actually sell this for quite a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, we're cool, right? We're cool. Veronica World Trotter here says everything is cool. Don't need to panic or anything.
Now, Wilford, who's Veronica World Trotter?
I think it might be her stage name.
Stage name? Is she an actress?
Well, she's going to play a show later. That's what she said she needed the guitar strings for.
Oh, yes, for free. That's right.
Oh, yeah, and Wilford, you remember Veronica World Trotter from when she tried to seduce that castle dude as Veronica.
Oh, yeah.
That was the name she used then, too.
The time I used the sexy voice on you.
All right, the situation is diffused. You guys can keep walking through these bird baths and pillars.
I was literally sweating.
You recount the tales of Granny's Glasses and a tale of 2 castles to Edgar, who's like, wow, these people have had some adventures. And you reach another escalator. There's a sign that says more shopping on lower level with a magically moving staircase heading downwards. Do each of you get on the escalator?
Haven't found the cookies yet.
Seems like I've got no other choice.
Everyone remember to hop over the bottom. Whoop.
Wahoo!
Okay, the escalator takes you to another shopping level. You walk into a bright, high-ceilinged, large glass enclosed greenhouse. Oh, and by the way, after you're safe, you heal back up to full hit points after each battle, just to familiarize people with the Liminal Horror and Trapped in an Endless Ikrala combat mechanics. So you guys have your full hit points. Okay, so you walk into a bright, high-ceilinged, large, glass-enclosed greenhouse. There are aisle after aisle of plants and gardening supplies that people could buy to put in their yards. Muse, can you describe some of the things you see around this display room?
This is for like a garden, you said? I mean, there are flowers of all shapes, sizes, and colors just everywhere in this greenhouse. Small trees to bushes to every plant, almost every plant that you can imagine. Just lining this beautiful, menagerie of plants, and you can see Muse just staring at it all and her eyes glistening. It's so pretty.
Muse, there seems to be another illicit drug plant over here. You could restock.
Oh shit, really?
I hope so. Otherwise, I'm not recognizing it. My foraging skills are not always the best.
Can I
Does
check it
anyone
out?
see some fruit or a cactus?
Oh my god, have you ever had cactus juice? Oh my god, now that is a way to get high.
I can't speak to that, but I am interested in some fruit juice.
I think you would be really fun on cactus juice.
Would searching
things.
for plausibly safe consumable be a control roll, perhaps?
Sure, let's see it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can I help?
I got a 12, which sneaks in under my 14 for success.
Nice!
And for Muse's player, I don't think there's a help mechanic. I didn't see it anywhere in the book. Did you guys?
Yeah. No.
I don't remember seeing it anywhere.
No. Hey, listeners, I could be wrong, but, I don't remember that. So, okay, well then, yeah, you find describe what you find. It's successful. It is just enough for one person.
Oh, there you go. Well, then I find like a citrusy fruit tree. Oranges. Let's say oranges, because those are delightful. But it's largely picked over by someone who got here first, but there's still just one or two left to quench a bit of thirst.
Go ahead and remove your thirst fatigue from your inventory, Wilford.
Yeah.
And when you pick that orange, as you walk around this tree, there's a bit of movement that catches your eye. You look at a bird bath, again, not filled with water, and see a tiny bit of blue poking out from behind it. Then it shifts and is completely hidden.
I'm going to motion to my comrades and point at my eyes and then point at the bird bath.
I'll grab one of the oranges and mosey my way over there.
There's not enough oranges for you, but you're moseying over? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Seeing the gesture that Wilford makes, I'm going to palm my dagger and try to sneak around the other side.
Who wants to roleplay as a helpless garden gnome, surrounded on all sides by very tall, or actually not all of you are tall. Wilford, I think you're how tall are you?
2 feet tall.
Okay.
But I've got elevation. I'm up in the tree where I grabbed the oranges from.
Surrounded on all sides by very threatening looking people. Who wants to roleplay as that gnome?
I can roleplay as that gnome.
How do you react?
What are you doing? Why,
Oh my God.
why y'all surrounding Bobo like this?
You live here?
It's a living. I'm just watching out for, threats. Big people.
Edgar's player, can you give this gnome a win condition? What does the gnome want from life?
This gnome really wants to find a wife.
Okay, and the problem with that, Muse's player, why can it not?
Why can it not? There's no other female gnomes left in the world. Or so he believes.
Yeah. All the statues are boy gnomes.
No, and every single girl statue they're all just like plastic. And he knows that they're plastic.
Aww.
So he thinks he's alone.
And this is who you've confronted. Go ahead and have a scene.
Have you guys run into any other furniture areas, outdoor furniture? Maybe run into some other gnome people?
Well, we ran into some other furniture, but they were not so friendly. They were kind of one ate another one.
Well, there was one piece of friendly furniture. It just seemed a little uncomfortably intent on getting a hug.
I didn't trust that furniture.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
I do have to ask, do you have any water on you, perhaps?
He checks his pockets, pulls them out, and they're just it's that classic empty-pocketed.
Nope. No water. Just kind of came around a little bit ago. Been trying to find a friend, and it's been pretty lonely. But maybe I could follow you guys around, and we could find some other gnomes like me.
Sure. Actually,
Make a roll.
Okay. What do I
Make
need
a control roll. Edgar's player, make the stakes. If you succeed, these are the win conditions, and if you fail, something goes horribly wrong.
Ooh.
Edgar's player, what are the stakes for this roll?
On a failure, the gnome is going to think that this person is the one that's been keeping him away from the other gnomes.
Oh.
And on a success?
And on a success, will venture along with us up to a certain point.
Until a female gnome is found.
Presumably.
I heard you right, and you said wife, right? Like this gnome.
Yes, I did.
Okay. A female gnome who's into him.
Yes.
Until there's a
very
wedding date.
Specific.
Until there's
very
a wedding
specific
day.
Condition.
So this is a control.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Go, ducky dice. Don't fail me now. Ooh, I rolled an 8.
That succeeds. You guys have gained a party member.
Yeah.
Bobo the garden gnome joins the party on the condition that he wants a wife.
Come back with us to the guild. Maybe there's one waiting there for you.
But all of the animated statues are male or unanimated.
I don't know about this. A likely story that just one out of all of these garden gnomes animated. Wilford's looking with suspicious, skeptical spectacles. But Bobo's very affable.
Hey, guys.
Spectables. I can't even say that.
You know, none of us can choose how we come into this world. We can only choose what we do once we're here. Am I right?
Oh, man, that's deep.
You are a very sad man.
I don't really have a lot to judge off of that for a basis of comparison, but I will take your word for it, new friend.
Well,
I have given
think-
Bobo the garden gnome pretty low stats, and I'm hoping that he dies. All right. You guys have to keep Bobo
That's
safe
not
if you
ominous
Bobo
at all.
Oh, no.
I would like to say,
Bobo.
before we move on, if I could take a look around, if there's like a water source anywhere nearby, because presumably someone would be caring for these plants. I'm assuming there would be a water source somewhere, I hope.
Yeah. Make your roll, and I'm going to say that this happens after the next thing. So, have your roll result prepared, but you're walking for a long while. Hours pass, but the light doesn't change. Muse, you feel itchy.
Oh, my God. I'm so itchy. What the heck?
Now, what was the result of that roll?
I got a
believe-
2, and my control is 15, if that's what we're using.
Yeah, you find a... That's a good roll. So you find a clean water source that doesn't make you sick. And that's only enough for one person. So you find one of those inverted glass water diffusion thing for watering the plants is full of water.
I'm going
Have you
to
seen
just...
those? It's,
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
use those. I love gardening. I'm going to go ahead and take the contents of this if nobody objects, and then before anyone has the chance to say anything, he just plucks it out of the soil and drinks it.
It's fine by me, friend.
I didn't ask you.
Ooh, Muse, you are even itchier. This is reaching critical itch.
Oh, my God. My back. Can somebody get my back? Oh, my God. It's like I'm on fire.
And your arm in particular, your forearm.
Oh, it's like I got bit or something.
Let me take a look at that. Could I see your arm, Muse?
Sure. She holds it out for him.
I'd like to see if I've seen anything like this before. Let me see. Is there a
It's got a
roll I
lot of
could make?
tattoos.
Nice. Oh, I like that one right there.
Oh,
Quite nice.
thanks.
What's your control roll?
I have a 15. I just rolled an 18.
Ooh. It's bumpy, and you think it's probably poison ivy? How do you, using that
Oh, wait.
incorrect knowledge, react?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, Muse, you know what this is.
Muse,
But
you
you're
seem...
being reassured quite
No.
firmly.
I see you're panicking quite a bit, but this seems to be just a standard batch of poison ivy. You must have brushed against something a little while back there. Perhaps there was some around our friend Bobo.
I don't. I'm not 100% convinced on that, my dude. You realize that I was looking at plants earlier, right?
Oh, is this like a withdrawal symptom? Have you been taking your illicit drugs? Is this a withdrawal thing?
No. I traded those. It's fine. I don't have those anymore. I'm clean. It's
Well,
fine.
no, you don't have those anymore, but perhaps because you don't have them anymore, you haven't taken them and now something is happening.
Oh, well, I didn't take them in the first place. I was gonna, but, it was
okay.
that or my life, Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I'm really freaking itchy. Can we please do something?
Like what? They might have like a rash cream somewhere farther in.
I'm gonna look at my painkillers that I have in my bag.
Before you can waste your item, your left arm hurts. The skin of your arm jerks as if yanked by an invisible string outside it. No, something inside is erupting outward. There is a horrible, wet sound. Dandelion seeds burst outward in a violent white mist, fluffy like a cloud.
Oh, no. I realize what this is from now.
Fluffy like a cloud, erupting from your arm. The wind of the gentle ceiling fan overhead hardly wafts and scatters the dandelion seeds away. And because it's not windy in here, so like they just kind of poof and then they land like mostly around you. Everyone,
Guys,
please roll 1d8 and tell me how much mental stress damage you took.
The 1d8. Muse
a
is just
full
like
8?
she is wide-eyed and she's like, guys, run now! Don't question me, run now! Really? She's like staring at it now.
Quite dramatically, that does leave me at exactly 1 hit point.
So Wilford rolled a 6, and with the stability ends up taking 4 hit point damage, bringing him to 2. And Bobo rolled a 7. I don't know what his stats are, unless you wanted to roll for him, GM.
He has no stability or armor, of course.
Well, he rolled a 7, and so I don't know what happens to Bobo. Bobo was kind of like, ooh, pretty. Whereas Wilford, like, when this exploded, like, grabbed his coveralls and buried his nose in his mouth, with a protective layer of fabric. And when Muse says run, Wilford doesn't hesitate. He kind of sprints around the corner away from this eruption. But what happens to Bobo?
We're going to get to that. Okay,
Not
so
good things.
first, Edgar,
These are
I have
real
you as
tears.
2 stability, so an 8 would minus 2 is 6, which takes you to exactly 0 hit points.
Oh, my misunderstanding.
Wilford, you
I
said-
had myself at 3 stability, so that would be 0 hit points.
Yes, 2 stability. You have
2
1 armor, 2
stability.
stability, 6 hit points, 13, 15, 12. Okay. And Wilford, what did you roll? You got...
I rolled a 6. 2
Okay, so
stability
you
reduces
are-
it to 4, and I'm at 2 hit points.
You're good. And Muse?
I rolled a 4. My stability is 2.
Yes.
So that's 4 HP, I believe.
Yes, you're at 4 HP. Now let's talk about what happens to Bobo. Bobo had 3 hit points and 5 each in strength, dexterity, and control, and you rolled a
7.
7. So
Oh,
7 minus 3 is,
4.
and 5 control minus 4 is,
1.
which means Bobo receives a critical wound, possibly. We're going to have to roll for Bobo. There is 1 result on this d20 dice that means that Bobo doesn't take a critical and lasting injury, and that is a 1. So Wilford's player, what is that d20 result?
A 9.
That's not a 1. So
It's
that
not
means
a 1, but it's less than 10, which felt pretty good.
we're going to use that number on the critical injury stress and fallout table. A 9 is liminal communication. It wasn't noticeable at first, but you've slowly become to regularly do a sequence of gestures, words, or actions, almost as if you are performing a ritual. Okay.
That's an odd injury.
Yeah. He's unable to control his limbs, and he's acting quite strange. Actually, this is... somebody please make a control save for him again.
17.
Okay, yeah, no benefit from it. So that means that, yeah, he's twitching like a person who has shell shock or something, you know? And it makes it difficult for him to run. He will not be able to run on his own. Continue the scene. Muse is shouting, run. Bobo's twitching on the ground. There's a pile of dandelion poofs that's floating gently in this gentle wind and is getting closer to Bobo.
Edgar is just gonna book it.
I'll be there in a minute.
He's kind of like jerkily trying to get up.
I know the listeners cannot see me, but I am frowning at Bobo's fate.
These are real tears that I'm crying.
Did Muse run as well?
No, she's still standing there, like, holding her arm out. She tells you guys to run.
Sounds like Wilford and Edgar both booked it out of there, or at least around the corner. Bobo's going to try and shuffle away.
Bobo's twitching uncontrollably.
Ah!
I gotta get away from these guys. Is there somewhere I can run to? That's
yes,
away from everyone?
Oh, away from everyone.
Yeah.
You would split the party.
I'll just stay put. There's gotta be a way I can stop this.
It has stopped. It has subsided.
Okay.
The eruption happened. You made your own pillow explosion. And then Bobo started twitching from the shock. Bobo is shell-shocked on the floor. Your friends have run off.
Okay.
In that direction, you can see. They went that way.
All right, just wait there for me, please.
Okay, we're still in earshot.
All right, I will... Can I pick up the little man and run towards my friends?
It is a garden gnome. It is totally portable. Bobo can be carried. Bobo is doing a ritual.
Thank you for the assist.
No problem, my dude.
He continues to do basically the Macarena in your arms.
Oh no.
Those are some sick dance moves, my dude.
I'm not really doing this myself.
It's all right. Are we ever doing anything for ourselves?
Bobo is going to take up an inventory spot, though.
That should be fine. I'm good. I don't have my illicit drugs anymore, so.
So you have your thirst fatigue, you have your weapon, you have Bobo.
My weapon, and Bobo, and my painkillers still.
That's 4, you're at 0 hit points.
Okay. Where am I at? 4 HP. You know what? I will go ahead and take my painkillers. So I need to roll a d6. Okay, so that is a 2. So now back up to 6.
After having taken your painkillers, the GM points out that if you'd given them to Bobo, Bobo could have walked.
Oh.
That's okay. You're fine.
My bad, Bobo. If you die, it's on me.
We all make choices.
Muse arrives. Party. She's carrying a Macarena dance performing Bobo, who is now an inventory item. He can't walk himself. The odds of him finding a willing wife have decreased.
Oh, God.
And this is one of your
sad.
2 playable
Poor guy.
characters.
This poor man.
If you die, don't worry, you can be Bobo.
Oh, great. I feel so lucky.
I would like to be an inventory slot. That sounds like a good fun time.
Oh man, you reach an escalator. And Muse's player, do you explain why your arm just erupted as dandelion?
Yeah, I think it's from when I got infected by that mysterious plant.
Infected with what? There are so many things wrong right now.
Well, don't exactly understand it, but it was like a plant mom thing, and it infected me, and it infected this really, really cute guy that I met. Oh my god, he was a solid 10, man. Anyway.
Sounds like he's probably dead.
You know, I don't know. No, last time I saw him, he was alive.
If that's what happened to you getting just a little infected, I'm a little scared to see.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't think about that. I hope he's okay. Anyway, so, yeah, it wasn't just me. It was like there were some other fire-breathing kittens with me that day, so I hope they're gonna be okay. Yikes.
If your love was true, he'll pull through.
I'm not sure I believe that.
I mean, he was
I think
really
we should
hot.
stay focused here.
I mean,
I
he was
think
really
that
hot.
dandelions just exploded out of her arm.
I was gonna say something, but it sounded really naughty in my head, so I'm not gonna say it.
Should we expect more explosions of dandelion seeds?
Okay, see, now it's just getting worse in my head.
I wasn't there. Edgar completely does not understand what they're referencing.
To be determined. I know about it just as much as you do.
This escalator is very long as you guys are chatting on the way down, but it does finally end. And
Remember
it takes
to
you
jump.
Yeah.
It takes you to a smooth-surfaced, clean-smelling store displaying items that people could buy to put in their bathrooms. Wilford, can you describe some of the things you see around this display room?
So many lotions and ointments and tinctures and shampoos, conditioners, body washes, bath bombs, powders. What else? Lighting fixtures, washcloths galore. So many towels and other things. Yes.
You also find a small pile of baby teeth, perfectly laid out in a spiral, with a tiny, possibly mouse femur in the middle.
That looks terrifying.
That is not right.
Human teeth? Mouse teeth.
A small pile of human children teeth, like that they lose sometimes.
Oh.
I would like to keep walking.
This feels significant. Wilford has a flashback of sorts to the bone fairies that he has run into. Not super familiar with their culture, but is kind of casting about in his memory for if he's learned if this is a particular symbol or has significant meaning for the tooth and bone fairy peoples.
Yes, it does.
Is that a
Why don't
control
you
roll?
tell us about it?
Oh, you want me to just tell you, or do you want me to roll to see if I...
No, this is a role-playing thing. Tell us
yeah.
about this spiral of baby teeth with a tiny mouse femur in the middle.
Tiny mouse femur in the middle. The thing that leaps most quickly to mind is I think we just have that moment to clock what we're staring at, and then the teeth start to chatter and kind of clatter against the ground. The femur swings in a circle and kind of scoops them up, making a tiny, horrific little bone golem that immediately it's a femur with little teeth stabby hands, and then a big ridged mouth that opens and just starts to scream an alarm for someone that set this in order to trigger when people came by. And so this keening wail, like the sound of children waking up at night and crying out in fear and pain for their parents, just erupts from this tiny little bone minion as it hops up and starts to run away quickly on its little knobby bone teeth feet.
Oh, that's perfect.
That thing is freaky, man.
That's not a good sign.
I don't think you had to say that aloud. I'm not sure what kind of sign that could be.
Not a good one, obviously.
Rusty the wrench back in hand, hopping around, evasive maneuvers. Also, if there's towels, can we make a bindle or a couple of bindles?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'd love to make a bindle.
That sounds kind of like it has the stats of a tote bag, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bindle and a
Give me a
tote
second,
bag.
I'll give you
Yeah.
that stat. It doesn't say how many items a tote bag can carry. I'm on page 36 of the Ikrala rules. It says tote bag, the most common way to carry things here. Doesn't say the inventory spot. So give me a second. I'm going to try to fairly make up a number.
Yeah, while you're looking, GM, I'll do a little RP. Wilford turns to Muse and Edgar, and still looking over his shoulder to make sure that they're not being snuck up on. Also looking, I guess, probably for like a fortified position or somewhere to hide. Says, I should be quick. The bone minion is alerting its masters. The enemies that I made were among the bone and fairy people. Dr. Thronrobber has probably sent some horrible villain out to grab me again. We must be especially vigilant.
Now, what have you been up to that you've been getting infected with plants and are being chased after by teeth and bone fairies?
Now, there's no time for that right now. We have to find somewhere where we can defend ourselves. Someone's going to be here shortly.
Can we rewind and pause at the fact that fairies are real? What?
I don't think that... No, there's teeth involved. There's little baby teeth. And there's like a little mouse femur.
That's not the freakiest thing I've seen, to be honest.
It's not the freakiest thing either, but it seems to be screaming and wailing. I don't know.
Yeah, that part
Yes.
is freaky.
It's
I'll
all
give you
very
that.
horrifying. Now let's find somewhere to defend ourselves.
And all that, can I make a bindle as well? Just as I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I'll make one too.
Yeah, one extra inventory spot for each of you. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's fair. It's a towel.
Bindles for all my friends.
Hooray.
You could tuck Bobo in there.
Yeah.
He is an inventory slot.
Just
Yeah,
strap him up
I'll
like
just go
like
ahead
those
and-
child carriers.
Well, I mean, I could put them in the best pocket, or should I say breast pocket?
Just wrap him up.
Hey, hey.
I'm just shaking their head.
Well, I don't know how I feel about this.
Nobody
You know
asked
you
you,
love
Bobo.
me.
Yeah. I'm going to attack you now. All right.
Valid.
It just seems like a good time for it.
Valid.
Hours pass as you walk past more and more bathroom furniture and accessories. There's a colorful display of shower curtains. There's a display case of plungers. You're walking past the display case of plungers when, on guard, a plunger parries you.
Oh God.
Everybody do a dexterity roll to see if you go before, which is a pass, or after, which is a fail, the plunger.
Ooh, what number is that? 6 or a 9? I cannot tell.
Both are a fail. No, both are a pass. Both are a pass.
Okay,
I got a
doesn't matter.
resounding failure of an 18.
Oh no.
19 means I also go late.
Yeah. Muse, you're the only one who reacts before the plunger parries you. On guard.
You are so not touching me.
It does look used.
No!
What do you do, Muse?
I just dodge. I don't care where I'm landing, but I am not letting that thing touch me.
Yeah, you have a dodge. You have so it hasn't technically attacked yet. You have a movement and an action on your turn.
Okay, so I will definitely dodge out of the way. Let that somebody be somebody else's problem. And then, there's just random plungers coming at us. There's nobody, like, no people.
Yeah, that's kind of the gimmick of the Ikrala game.
Okay. All I have is a knife.
Yeah?
I just like take out my knife and just be like, ha! And I guess I'll just be prepared for the somebody to come at me, I guess.
Do you use your action to attack it?
Can I hold my action for it to attack me? And I can,
You
like,
can?
retaliate?
You can,
Okay, I'll
yes.
do that. I'll do that.
Okay, roll a d6 for me. You're a 1 and a 2. Your friends are 3, 4, 5, 6.
1 second. Let me grab one out of my handy-dandy dice bag. 3.
It attacks your friends instead of you.
Sorry! She, like, dodges out of the way. Sorry!
Yeah. Edgar, we're going to attack you.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh,
It deals 1 physical damage to you. On guard.
now that's not going to do anything because of my armor, but just to be sure I'm understanding, that escalator counted as a point that we would have healed up?
Yeah. As soon as you're not in danger anymore, you have full hit points.
Nice, okay.
But your abilities can be basically forever depleted, like the Macarena Gnome is demonstrating. Those didn't heal.
Mm-hmm.
It still has 1 control, and if anything hurts its little brain again, Bobo's going down.
Oh, man. I feel like Edgar took the kind of damage where, like, he didn't really get hurt, but it feels like he did. Like, nothing was really done, but the thing touched him, and it's a used plunger, so it's still not a positive experience.
Not only that, Muse deliberately dodged out of the way, and you were just the next in the crossfire, so...
Not pleasant.
She's just like, bye!
And then it's both Edgar and Wilford's turn, and you guys can go.
Seeing as I just got smacked in the face with a used plunger, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do something. Now, I have a palmed dagger in my one hand, and that plunger looks mighty stabbable. So I'm gonna go right after, like, I guess you'd call it the cup of the plunger. Just stab right at it, see what I can do. That's a d6 plus 1. That is gonna be a 6.
All right, Wilford, what do you do? Just to remind you guys, multiple attackers. If multiple attackers target the same foe, everyone rolls damage dice, and you only keep the single highest result.
I was actually wondering, I don't recall seeing it in the rules at all, but if I could essentially do like a combat maneuver where I try and catch the plunger with the head of the wrench to like kind of grapple or hold it, so it's easier for my group to hit it, which I know in Ikrala everything just automatically hits, but you know, like kind of narratively try and lock this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, do a strength check.
All right. A 3.
That succeeds because I assume you have more than 3 strength.
Yes.
Yeah, you perhaps orient the plunger squishy side towards dagger. And this explains why, Edgar, when you plunge your obsidian dagger into the soft squishy part of the plunger and not the handle, it had 4 HP, and you stab it. Basically, you've cut the plunger so that the cup does not work anymore. The plunger is no longer a plunger now. Now it's just a stick with a little spatula thing at the end, like a little rubber bit at the end. And special plunger rules, when it reaches 0 HP, normally you do a control check and you see if the plunger would have flee, but this one is a guaranteed flee. There's a reaction table in Ikrala, and this one is will fight but definitely wants to flee, and it's being held so it can't flee. And that ends the turn, but it definitely, like, Wilford, you can see it's pulling.
Just like a plunger to try and run away.
Muse, do you want to swat this thing or should I let it go?
I'm not going near that thing, so do what you will.
All right, if it's trying to flee, he'll kind of like try and essentially like lob, you know, like do a release with the wrench where it kind of lobs the stick away from the party.
Nice.
And it goes wee, wee, wee all the way home as this plunger runs away down the Ikrala aisle. And you all notice
Could I make a noise for that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wails the plunger as it flees. And you all notice that lying on the counter of a sink display, as if set down merely for a moment, is a floppy tote bag. Like a shopping bag.
There seems to be some loot behind. The plunger must have left its inventory.
I would like to investigate.
Yeah. See what it's got.
Investigation reveals it's a shopping bag.
With anything in
All
it?
right, so maybe we could put some junk in it.
We are one intelligent bunch.
Oh.
Nothing's in it.
Are we talking like a plastic, or like is this like a reusable shopping bag?
I think the word tote usually means not plastic, so cloth?
Yeah.
Reusable? Eco-friendly?
Who wants a sweet bag?
I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Wilford tosses Muse the cloth bag.
Yeah, I'll put all my junk in it.
All of your junk fits in it. You have 0 taken up
yeah.
inventory spots except for 1 for tote bag.
Yeah.
And how many inventory spots are in the tote bag right now? Just tell me. Like, how many did you have? You had...
I don't have painkillers anymore. I don't have the drugs anymore. So all I have right now is my knife and the gnome. So I have pretty much all but 2.
Okay, the knife and the gnome are in the tote bag. Noted. Things will happen depending on... Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Bubble
You
the
reach an
bag.
escalator.
Can I leave it open? Can I leave it open to let him breathe? Let his little head stick out?
Well, he doesn't breathe if that helps. He's a
okay.
gnome. He's a garden gnome, yeah.
Okay.
But you can see
That
the
does
tote
help.
bag moving a little bit with his frantic ritual kicks.
Okay.
You reach an escalator. There's a sign that says more shopping on lower level with a magically moving staircase heading downwards. Do each of you get on the escalator?
Let's go. Only one way to get our stuff.
All right.
This food court better be worth it.
I know. I'm starving.
You're very hungry. You're very starving. You realize that you haven't eaten for many, many, many hours. It's been a long time since you last ate. Everyone, please add a hunger-based fatigue to your inventory. It takes up 1 inventory spot. What do each of you now have in your inventory?
Knife, gnome, and hunger. And thirst, I think.
Yeah, you technically just have tote bag. Just letting you know.
Tote bag.
That hardtack feels like it was days ago. I've got, I think, a towel bindle with the duct tape in it, and then I'm hungry and holding a wrench.
I've got a coin purse. I have my obsidian dagger. I have a bindle, and inside of that bindle I am storing my grumbly tummy.
You all step off the escalator, very hungry, into a large uniformly lit store with tall shelves that tower far above your heads. These shelves hold many small parts, items that people could buy. Edgar, can you describe some of the things you see around this room?
There seems to be quite a bit of metal, first of all. Metal of all shapes and sizes, metal for all purposes. Metal with holes in it, metal that does not have holes in it. Metal that is long, metal that is not long. Metal that is rotund, metal that is square. Metal that is triangular and pointy and sharp. Metal that is very smooth. And then, right in the middle of the metal in the many, many shelves, right in the metal, nestled up in a big nest of the metal, is a singular tire.
What tire is so appropriate? Because there is a gap in these shelves, and a huge whiteboard has a crazed diagram for a vehicle made out of furniture parts.
Oh.
Wilford will go examine this diagram and see if it's something that he could bodger together.
What roll would you do to see if it was something you could bodger together?
I imagine that the, feeling confident about the technical skill would be a control roll, but then the functional bodgering might be a dexterity roll.
Yeah, I think Dex works. Yeah. Can you see if you can apply your knowledge of these blueprints to making a functional vehicle with a dexterity roll? And then based on that roll, do a scene roleplay?
All right, so rolling for dexterity. Ooh, that's a 19 on my 8. Means that this is quite the failure.
Describe the scene.
I think that Wilford goes into this assuming he's going to be successful. So he's looking at the the diagram. He's like, yes, okay, so this can go here, and then if I just get some of these parts, and he starts darting around, and he's grabbing bits of metal, and you hear him muttering under his breath, and he's like, we should have brought some of those cushions from the couch area. We can make it do. And he just starts whacking things with his wrench in a way where you think like, oh, yeah, this guy really knows what he's doing. And he assembles what looks like a functional replica of the diagram output. He's got this vehicle, and he's like, this will make traveling through the rest of the store much more easy. And he like puts his elbow on it and leans against it, and the whole thing just goes and collapses in bits, and he falls to the ground, and he's like, gets up and kicks a piece, and it goes flying off. Bang! He's like, there's bad blueprint to begin with.
That was quite the performance there, sir.
If I had my proper toolkit, this would have come together no problem. I would have been able to compensate for the failures of the design, but as it is, we're left to walk.
It's cool.
Yes, it was very cool.
Muse, it is on the ground. It is not cool anymore.
I mean, we have to be nice. Okay? Tell him it's nice.
Edgar walks away to the tire.
She just kind of like looks from each of them and just like, yeah, okay.
There is a escalator with a sign that says more shopping on lower level.
Oh, it's another one of these. I'm getting real tired of these.
Oh my god, this is like the biggest mall ever.
Wilford walks up. He's like pocketing some of the bits of metal, just like a collection of bolts and screws. And he's like, yes, well, only one way to go, I suppose.
Are you sure you know how to use those,
I'm adding
sir?
bolts to his inventory.
What happens if at the bottom of this one we don't jump? Maybe the teeth bring us somewhere special.
You're welcome to try, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll do it if you do it.
I will do it. I will take the ride down, and then right at the bottom, I'm going to see what happens if I just let my feet get caught in whatever sort of invention this is. Just see what happens.
Aw, someone's first escalator, and they're so scared at the end, and it's just at the end.
I did that growing up several times.
Yeah.
Aw. You walk into a large, uniformly lit room with shelf after shelf displaying packaged foods, and with that awaiting you with the looks of yay, food on their faces, we are going to go to a break. Joining us for part 1 were Muse,
Hey.
Edgar,
Hello.
and Wilford.
We'll be right back, but before we go, just a reminder that if you leave us a review, we will happily read it on air. So yes, wherever you are managed to listening this, take an opportunity, take a moment right now and give us a review.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Today's mid-episode shout-out is, quote, I want to give a massive thanks to my best friend, Maria. Your friendship is a constant source of strength, and I'm grateful for your unwavering support. You rock, end quote. You can arrange for us to read your shout-out at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Did you know we have paperback, ebook, hardcover, and audiobook adaptations of our adventures on Amazon and Audible? Is there an episode of Fire Breathing Kittens that would make someone you know smile? Tell them about it. It would help us. Thank you.
Welcome back to Ikrala. In part 1, some things happened. We don't expect you to remember everything, so here's a recap from Wilford's player.
Especially because there was a lot that took place. Our heroes, Muse, Edgar, and Wilford were out shopping at respective stores, and then as they were shopping, they were teleported. Darkness descended upon them, wicked, evil darkness. And then we were in a new space Wilford, myself, I recognized that we had been taken to somewhere perhaps similar to the fairy realm because I noticed a reaction with my iron wrench, and I shared that with my comrades. We also heard a sound as we were traveling deeper into the store, which turned out to be a coat rack being consumed by a couch. We also passed by a mannequin that was almost assuredly a trap of some kind, asking for free hugs. We avoided both threats and continued onward, descending deeper to the third level. This was an area filled with columns. We were plagued by a wicked thirst, and some of us chose to discard items from our inventory rather than be weakened by the loads that we were carrying. It was also in this realm that we came upon a cushion fort that someone had put together, perhaps one Jeffrey Antonio, who accosted Muse and took her illicit drugs. That situation resolved relatively peaceably. We continued onward, down yet another level. This was a greenhouse area where some of us were able to quench our thirst. While there, we encountered Bobo, the lovesick garden gnome, who is searching for another of his kind in order to pair with and live happily ever after in some way, which may be compromised due to the fact that he suffered dearly when there was a dandelion eruption that took place with Muse's arm. We're not quite sure what happened there, but Bobo suffered the worst of it, and he hasn't been able to stop doing the Macarena since. We scooped him up, we being mostly Muse, and carried him onward. We descended yet another level. This is the 5th level for those keeping track at home. This was a kind of a bathroom level. There we found a tiny magical alarm that was left, presumably by some kind of bone fairy, that immediately began shrieking and running around, alerting its foul master to our presence. I warned my comrades about the machinations of the foul Dr. Thronrobber, and said that we better be even more on our guard than we were before. We also made towel bindles. So, well equipped with towel bindles, we set off. Continuing onward, went down yet another level, found these tall shelves. There was lots and lots of beautiful metal of a great variety of kinds, and a diagram for possibly constructing a vehicle of some sort out of furniture. The design was flawed from the get-go. Anyone attempting to build it was clearly engaging in a fool's errand, but I gave it my best. But no car, as said. Clearly a flawed design. And so, leaving that realm behind us, we proceeded yet another escalator downward. This time with Muse and Edgar braving the teeth at the bottom, risking foul demise, but just stepping calmly off of it as one does with escalators. And there we found ourselves surrounded by packages of food to sate the hunger that had taken us.
Indeed, you walk into a large, uniformly lit room with shelf after shelf, displaying packaged foods that people could buy. Unlike the plunger, who perhaps animated out of its anger at being used, all of the others were clean. Everything here looks untouched. Muse, can you describe some of the things you see around this cafeteria, sort of?
I would just say, there's lines of places to sit, like tables with chairs, and I would say there's a long preceding line of different options that you could get, and like a standard cafeteria that would when it comes to your mind, littered with little things that you could buy. There is a drinking station. There is lots of other options that you could have as well.
Wilford looks around for packages of cookies, specifically those jammy ones with a little bit of frosting between the sandwich.
There are, between the front of the shelf and the back of the shelf, probably 40 of those packages of cookies.
Excellent. Muse, might I make use of your tote?
Of course. Sharing is caring.
Wilford, arms just wrapped full of packages of cookies, comes tottering up in his full 2-foot height and just like starts tossing these in on top of Bobo.
Bobo's gonna crush your cookies.
No! Don't do it, Bobo!
No!
Bobo can't help himself. Go ahead and roleplay as Bobo.
I dearly wouldn't like to crush your cookies, but I can't stop my dancing. Hey!
Inside your tote bag, Muse, is a knife, a gnome, some hunger, and 7 crushed bags of cookies.
Wait, if I'm hungry, can I eat the crushed cookies?
Oh, yeah. 8 crushed bags of cookies.
I will eat the crushed cookies. I have no shame.
I'm gonna go
No,
get a
jam
bag
cookie.
of uncrushed cookies, and I'll just hold on to. I'll put it in my little bindle. I think there's space for 1 or 2 things in my bindle.
You reach for the cookies on the shelf, and you bypass any cashier or shopping cart, and you just stick them in your bag.
Yeah, I do.
Knowing
Truly,
that
this is a lawless terrain that we've found. If we encounter a cashier, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You know.
Right
I
now,
haven't
the
seen
important
any-
thing is keeping hands free for threats.
Yeah.
knowing that there's probably some kind of meat or protein around, I'm going to walk over this way if that doesn't bother the 2 of you.
You do
I'm
you?
also interested in finding some entrees.
Sure, I'll come along. I don't have to eat, but I like to eat.
Describe what you find.
There's a
I
lot
imagine
of...
there's like every cuisine you can think of in this magical place. Like every single thing that you could ever be hungry for. Like the biggest buffet you've ever seen in your life.
Are there any signs of cashiers at registers, or is it just, again, like kind of sprawling, abandoned territory?
Completely abandoned, untouched. It feels eerie to just take stuff off the shelf and eat it, but you do.
Yeah, no kidding.
Edgar, what are you finding? You mentioned you're searching for some things in particular.
Well, there's all kinds of entrees. I find this one very appealing looking. What is it? What's it called? It's one of those. It's the samosa. Nice samosa dish, full of some nice chicken and vegetables. And he just takes that and he puts that in his bindle instead of his grumbly tummy, which he takes out of the bindle and is not going to have anymore because he also eats a samosa or 2.
Yeah. You keep walking. There is a row of vending machines. Strange lights blink in and out in hypnotic patterns.
Well, it's a good thing I've got a coin purse.
Mm.
Ooh, do you use your coin purse?
I would like to. How much does the Snickers bar cost? I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
The numbers on the vending machine are in strange foreign alphabet.
Is it close enough that I could know to copy the symbols? Or is it difficult
like they're
to
labeled.
work?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, you can push the button, but the prices are a mystery.
I'm going to try. I'm just going to keep putting money in until it spits a Snickers out.
It spits a Snickers out.
Yes.
And everybody who's getting something from a vending machine, roll a dice and tell me your number. Your choice of dice.
As we're rolling, was there just enough entrees for a single PC in the food buffet area, or did everyone have opportunity to eat their fill?
Everyone has opportunity to eat their fill. There's a lot of meatballs here.
I think you guys definitely glance over at one point and see Wilford just bare-handing mashed potatoes. His like hands covered in like old grease stain kind of things, and he's just going at these things.
That is hilarious.
It's like, I love these because you don't have to chew. You can just swallow.
They're hot. They're steaming hot. There's no attendants around. There's like clearly a place where you could pay for them, but there's no one there.
It is rather airy how there is a security camera up on the ceiling, but I don't think anyone's actually watching us. At least I hope not.
It would be super creepy if they were, though.
So what are your all numbers from your dice?
10.
I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 17.
A 20 is you find glowing magenta fungus. A 17 is cookies.
Ooh!
And did you say 10?
I did say 10.
Soda pop.
Ooh.
Now, describe your guys' inventory, and we're going to move on to the escalator. 1 inventory spot equals 1 hunger fatigue removed later. Just to let you know.
I've got a very empty inventory at the moment. I've got simply a bindle that has some samosas in it, and my obsidian dagger, and some cookies, which I'm going to offer to Wilford, because I know he's been looking for cookies.
Yeah. Am I correct in understand that the way we treated the bindle is that the bindle takes a inventory slot and has 2 inventory slots, so it basically gives us 1 bonus?
I figure you guys are at 5.
Yeah, cool. That sounds great. So I've got the functional things that I'm carrying is a wrench, a cookie package, duct tape, and then right now Wilford is eyeing up the glowing magenta fungus that he got out of the magenta and his handful of bolts, and he's going to sniff, and then depending on what he sniffs, tentatively lick the fungus to determine whether he wants to hold on to that or the bolts.
It has no scent.
Yeah, he'll give a tentative lick to that fungus.
Oh, all right. So
I'm watching intently. I need to know if these are drugs.
Always love when a GM goes, ooh.
Wait, would I recognize them? Because I'm street smart?
this is not like anything you've ever seen in your world. Okay, so Edgar has 3 open inventory spots, right?
Correct.
Because you have 5 inventory spots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Wilford has 2. And Muse, your inventory is?
I have 4 open.
Because you have a tote bag with a knife, a gnome, and 8 crushed bags of cookies?
Precisely, yes.
So you're not taking the soda pop?
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay, and you have a soda pop. So
Yes.
Wilford, you licked the magenta fungus. Your character is taken out for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She keeps counting.
6 levels.
Dang.
You cannot move. You cannot speak. You are hallucinating so good. But your friends are able to tell that you're hallucinating because you like touch their face and you're like the stars and like.
Okay.
Muse, I think we found something else for you to try in a
I
bit of a
am
safer
totally
circumstance.
trying that later. Oh my god, that looks amazing.
Oh, it's consumed. When he licks it, it's like when you see a lion lick something and something comes off on the lion's tongue. That's yeah.
It's okay there, buddy.
Man, you could have shared that.
He went to tentatively lick it, and it just like leapt down his throat.
It's stuck to your tongue like so sticky and it's just
I mean,
stringy and it like yeah.
There is a way I could try it, but we're not going to do that right now.
I am not here for that.
I mean, we could be.
Wilford's player, what are you gonna do for the next like 6 or so levels as you hallucinate?
Oh, God.
Well, Wilford's hallucinating. Bobo has got a extreme case of the shakes and is not able to travel on his own.
Oh, God.
Unless you fix him, yes.
Does this mean Wilford is an inventory slot now too?
Oh, how are you guys getting Wilford from one level to another? He's
know,
hallucinating
man.
real hard.
I have no idea.
He is conveniently small.
He is conveniently small.
Do you think we could put them both in a bindle together?
You know, I do have this giant tote bag.
Wilford would take up 1 inventory spot in the tote bag.
If you just put your crushed up cookies in my bendel with my samosas.
No. We're going to leave the cookies. It could be extra bedding. You know, I don't want him knocking around in there. Got to keep my tofu safe.
Okay.
Wilford, you started this adventure with one thing on your mind, and that was cookies. And now you're in a sea of cookies, a pocket space. This is a tote bag of holding, and it's you, cookies, and a knife. I don't make the rules. That's what she put in here. And they spiral around your head like the stars.
This is a strange spiritual journey we're all going on together.
In a way, he got exactly what he wanted.
You know, I didn't even, that thought didn't even occur to me when I thought about that. I just genuinely wanted to keep him patted.
Didn't I tell you it was a pocket dimension?
I don't know what that means.
So are you guys gonna like fix Bobo so Wilford's player can walk, or what is happening?
How do we fix Bobo?
Hey, Bobo, do you want to... Would you care for a samosa?
I don't need to eat, but I'd happily try it.
You're in like a grocery store, and I'm just gonna point out the list of items you can find on page 36 and 35. What's on the shelves of this grocery store? You guys tell me.
I forgot what aisle we were in.
I have an idea.
Okay.
But what if we put him in one of those, like, you know, those like weighted backpacks people wear when they're training for like hiking?
Yeah.
Give him like a weighted backpack so that he's still twitching maybe, but like less because he can't lift the bag. I don't know.
Or, and hear me out, and don't mishear me, because I love tofu that more than anybody. What if we just tie him up?
That's
or
good
the
work.
guy who's dancing? Like, tie them together, you know?
Oh!
If one guy can't move and the other guy can't stop moving, maybe if we tied them together, they'll neutralize.
Wait, it's kind of a contraption. If you tie one on the back of the other, then one of them's the motor and the other one's the vessel.
Oh, well, there you go!
That's kind of a machine that we've built there.
I didn't even try. I
I
knew
love
I
it.
was smart.
Do a dexterity roll to see how your tying goes.
He might not walk in the direction we want him to, but he'll get moving.
What do I roll for that?
A d20, and you see if you go under your dexterity. Dexterity is used for rope tying.
My dexterity is super low, which is 9. Alright, I'm gonna not use my ducky dice because that's my lucky dice. So I'm gonna use this red dice. Oh my god, I got a 4. Nice.
Very nice.
Describe what you've created.
You know, it is just one glorious, so like they're back to back, right? Like this, like one on one side, one on the other. So like we got one doing like the Macarena and one like, you know, mummified, can't move. So the Macarena guy is, like he said, like a little motor. So it like just becomes like a little locomotor. It somehow works.
It kind of reminds me of a paddle boat, but on land.
Yeah, kind of.
Whatever this is, it seems almost as bad as what might have happened if we had hugged that mannequin.
I don't know how I feel about this.
No one asked you,
Feels like
Bobo.
it will make it harder for Bobo to find a companion.
Isn't the real companion the man who's tied to the back of your back?
It's not exactly what I was looking for.
That's a mighty strong friendship, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Plus, you're twitching about. He's hallucinating. You might have some stuff in common. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, no better place to find a good partner than the dance floor, you know what I mean?
Yes, and while experiencing horrifying trauma.
Do you think there might be some medicine here in the store?
No, I
Maybe.
don't think they... I really doubt that they have that.
Bobo, your stats are 3 HP, 5 strength, 5 dex, 1 control, and a permanent wound. A permanent wound of, I think it was number 9 on the list of lasting injuries.
Mm-hmm. All jokes aside, I would like to look for some medicine for Bobo.
Yeah. You can find anxiety meds here. It is basically a grocery store. You can find some, basically Tylenol.
Are you allergic to Prozac?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, you're going to want to take about 60 milligrams of that.
He, like, is trying to uncap it and his hands shaking so
sorry.
badly.
I'll get that for you.
Each one restores a lost control. So, Bobo, you're back up to full 5 control.
I feel like myself again.
Still dancing.
Still dancing.
All right. Okay, there's an escalator. What monster have you created? Party.
I have no explanations.
I just hope it can go down an escalator.
Bobo shifts from the Macarena into the electric slide to get forward momentum.
You slide
sideways
down that
momentum.
escalator.
He's
You
shuffling.
slide down that escalator.
You know, Bobo, I'm really glad that you're starting to cope with this thing that you've got, this ailment. You're starting to really make it work for
I'm
you.
shuffling.
Oh gosh, you shuffle right into a large, uniformly lit store displaying items that people could put in their home office. Sitting on a couch surrounded by shelves are motionless mannequins posed as if watching a TV, which is turned on, showing a sitcom starring mannequins. The shelves around the couches have many display books.
They're watching themselves.
I mean,
I don't like that.
it's okay. I mean, sometimes you gotta watch yourself to, like, know where your flaws are in your acting skills, you know? I totally get it, like, as a performer.
Are you insulting this mannequin's skills in front of his face?
Absolutely not, man. I don't even know what this is. Like, I don't know what they're doing. I'm just saying they may be critiquing themselves.
We've stumbled upon a group of artistic criticism mannequins. Do you think we should sit with them and watch the program?
Maybe from a distance. I don't know if I want to sit next to that guy. He looks a little handsy.
That's
I would like
precisely
to
why
look
I am.
around and see if there are any decorative paperweights or figurines for a desk.
Oh, hey, yeah, maybe we can find you a little buddy.
There are figurines, there are shelves with many books, and there's a TV with a sitcom starring mannequins being watched by motionless mannequins.
Is there canned laughter?
Oh, yeah, on the TV. Yeah, every now and then the mannequins who aren't really moving can laugh.
That's terrifying.
I'm going to go see if any of these figurines have also been animated.
Starts shuffling over towards the figurines.
Are you trying to marry a paperweight?
Well, he's, to the logic of he's a garden gnome, maybe there's, like some kind of, not like an action figure, but like he's like, I don't know, what do people keep on their desk? There could be something that's
I'm thinking I got an idea.
feminine.
Can I find, like, the little hula, like, figure that are usually in little color?
Yeah, something like that. That's exactly the idea. He's looking, keeping his options open.
Hooling back and forth, swaying the grass skirt, is a little dancing figurine about 4 inches tall.
Hey, psst. Do you see her over there?
Yeah, I can't tell from here if she's animated or just automated.
I mean, she's got a rockin' bod. Does it matter?
Roll a charm roll, which is your control stat, Bobo.
Oh no.
I got a 16.
And your control stat is...
5.
This one's not animated, but you'll get there. You have a 1 in 4 chance.
Got to keep swinging for the fences.
But it does move.
Sorry, buddy. We'll find one.
There's always the next floor.
Yeah.
Edgar, you notice the shelves around the couches have many books, and they're actually books. They're not just for display.
Oh, 1 second. I think there's something I'd like to take a look at over there. Pardon me.
Everyone, please do a roll against your control stat to see what you find, subtracting 3 from your stat because you didn't pause to investigate the shelves. You tried to find a hula dancing lady instead, so I'm just going to 3 off?
I
Except
got
for Edgar.
10 out
plot
of 15.
Yeah, you don't roll Edgar. This is a plot point. For Edgar, one of them says, A History of the Pale Throne.
Ooh.
Now this is something that I need to take with me. I'm going to just slip it in my bag and hope that these mannequins don't hear me talking to myself.
They don't move. They continue facing the television.
History of the Pale Throne. Very
Muse
nice.
and Bobo, please do a...
I got a 5, but add 3 and get an 8.
I feel bad for you. We'll see. Muse?
I got a 5.
Okay, all right, don't worry. Together you found it.
Okay.
You find a magazine.
Ooh. What kind of magazine is it? Yeah, what's on it?
The cover says, Catalog of Many Things.
Ooh. I'm gonna open it.
It's got lots of pages. So many things.
Oh. Who's a book person? Do you like books?
I love books.
Here. I hand it to him.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm going to just stash that if nobody minds.
I don't care.
All right. Your inventory is bindle of samosas, dagger, and catalog of many things.
And History of the Pale Throne.
And history of the book. Yes.
What kind of things are in that magazine?
Many things.
That's
Fair
really
enough.
descriptive. Yeah.
Once there are so many things held within, words cannot describe quite as many as there are, so only few words will do.
I'm gonna look at Tofu like, do you understand what he's talking about?
Wilford flops around on the back of Bobo. Just loose like a rag doll.
Oh,
I'm
yikes.
just gonna frown at that. Do you think I should give them sticks to defend themselves with?
The magazine Rex?
No! Tofu!
I shall do my best to keep him safe and out of danger.
Oh yeah, Bobo, you're unarmed.
Yeah, Bobo's unarmed.
You've got to give him some credit. His
I
moves
have 2
quite,
arms.
quite a sharp movement to him.
Yeah, that's true. It should be fine.
I'm going to start doing a save roll for every level so that Wilford can come back. I just feel so bad for our unarmed player.
He's just drooling slightly down the back of Bobo.
All right, make another save. I feel bad.
Muttering to himself.
This is for Wilford. This is your control check. Something about the mannequins watching television. I mean, you know this is real and you've got to come back to it.
This is 12 on a DC 14, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
So came in under 2 under my control, if that's the question.
Okay. Technically, the pink fungus is 4 hours. So if you guys are all willing to take 1 fatigue from tiredness, then Wilford can snap out of it.
Sure.
I've got a sore back.
I will follow your lead.
Edgar, you're full on your inventory? You have
That
5
I
things.
am.
Do you go down to 0 hit points or do you drop an item?
At this moment, the things I've got are quite important, so I'm going to stay at 0 hit points.
Whoa. Whoa. All right. Wilford, you're at 4 out of 5. Muse, you're at a soda pop, a sleepy fatigue, and a tote bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3 out of 5.
Where am I? What's going on?
Oh,
Too many
hey!
things.
Are you back?
Why am I covered in urine?
You wake up to a bunch of mannequins watching mannequin TV, and you're tied to a garden gnome who is romancing a hula dancing statue.
I think that I am making some progress on my pickup lines.
You got this. I'm your wing woman. Tell her eyes are pretty. They love that.
Unhand me, you. Wilford starts to untie the straps that are binding him to Bobo.
You know, it occurs to me that mannequin TV is just MTV.
Womp womp.
Ikrala got real weird.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Thank you for watching over me during that. I was perhaps more inquisitive than I ought have been outside of the safety and security of my lab.
But great news, you're fully healed.
Hooray!
Rule number 1, man. Don't lick the mushroom.
Some mushrooms are made for consumption.
Yeah, I mean, let me do it next time. I could probably handle it better.
Edgar just
I
looks up
consumed a larger
doubtfully.
sample than intended.
Sometimes it likes all a taste.
All right, so you're still at the base of the escalator. You're watching mannequin TV. It's just literally mannequins, sometimes with a laugh track. And Bobo is petting the hula hooping figurine now.
Have we found any signs of an exit?
You're right at the base of the escalator. You just entered this.
Well, I don't know what I have no idea how many levels that we've gone from, unless it's very clear from the if we can see that it's still the food court up there.
Nah.
Well, shall we find the presumably next escalator down, and perhaps an exit if we're lucky?
I'm down for that. I must say I did find this one book that seems quite useful to me. I'm wondering if we might be able to find the objects that you were looking for as well. What did you want again, Muse?
I need some guitar strings.
Oh, that's right, for that lovely free show you were going to give.
Yeah, of course.
Which I'm quite thankful for. Yes, and Wilford, you wanted cookies, was that right? Or meatballs?
Pats the sleeve of cookies at his waist and says, "I've got what I came for."
Brilliant. I suppose we ought to look for a music section, but I don't know for sure that they've got one of those. We haven't seen it yet. But
I mean, I don't know. I was in one when I started, and then I got all topsy-turvied.
That's true. Do we think the mannequins are to be trusted? I think we should just keep walking.
Yeah, I think maybe, this might be trauma, but they are so scary.
Yes, and make sure you don't hug them on the way back, I guess.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
Let us continue on then.
You keep walking through the display home office items. Everyone, please roll a dexterity saving throw, which is a d20 dice against your dexterity stat.
Ugh, that's a fail to your GM. I rolled a 19.
That is lucky. That is a 5.
12.
That is so lucky.
And a 12 is a pass because you have a 15 dexterity, Edgar. And Muse, your number was?
5.
5. Yeah, you're great. You no danger at all. Let's change the camera angle to be looking down at you all from above.
Ooh.
The blades of a ceiling fan rotate steadily. Edgar's getting excited. As you pass underneath, one of these ceiling fans drops. It lands on whoever failed the dexterity roll, causing a d6 of damage. I'm really glad that's not Edgar because you had 0 hit points. So you would have taken a critical wound, possibly. Anyway, being ambushed, jump scared, or startled by a monster also inflicts a d4 of mental stress to everyone. So I have bad news about Bobo, but we're going to hold on because we're not there yet. But the fan raises back up into the ceiling.
It's quite sad.
Look out!
So first, Wilford, please take a d6 of damage. This is physical damage, which means your armor gets subtracted.
I rolled 4. I've got armor 3, so I'm losing 1 hit point to go to 5.
Mm-hmm. And you're directly under a dangerous ceiling fan, which has raised back up to the ceiling. Now, you guys, why doesn't Wilford or Bobo's player describe what happens to Bobo, with the result being that you become an unanimated garden gnome?
I guess but he got all that anxiety med, right? So he's got...
Oh, that's true.
He can roll
He would have died
D4?
here if it wasn't for...
Would have lost his mind.
This is
Okay,
why you
roll a
take
D4.
Prozac, kids.
Oh, God.
So he gets 2.
Okay. The first one whittles his HP down from 3 to 2, and the second one whittles his HP down from 2 to 1. And he's actually still up, and he has 5 control. So Bobo didn't die.
I'm still in it.
Everyone else also take a d4 of mental stress damage.
I just rolled a 2 with a thing of 2. What is it?
Yeah, you're fine.
stability, so I'm okay.
And Muse?
Pretty close.
Pardon me, what are we rolling?
A D4?
Okay. This is hard to read. That is a 3.
All right, you have 2 stabilities, so take 1 HP loss of mental damage. Mental
All right,
stress.
I'll take
As a
note of
ceiling
that.
fan drops down on Wilford and blades him a little bit.
Oh my
and then
god!
raises back up to the ceiling. Yeah.
This place does
Wilford
not like
loses
you,
an
Wilford.
additional hit point from the mental stress.
How many hit points are you at?
4.
Hey, that's great. What do you all do?
Oh my god!
I get out
run,
from under
that's-
this contraption.
Yeah, can I help get him out?
I'm not going to touch it.
You're currently standing under a bunch of ceiling fans.
Oh.
How tightly packed are we talking here?
It's a lot of ceiling fans.
Time for the old dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yeah, just a zigzag run, I guess. Just make a break for it.
Nobody's staying to fight the ceiling fan.
No.
I don't want to
I don't
touch
think
it.
so.
I had full battle stats if you guys wanted to crush this thing.
Edgar's
I'm
nice
good.
enough
But
to
I'm-
wait and make sure you're okay, but he's not gonna pick the monsters off you.
There's no honor to be found in this battle.
Okay. All right. I'll just let you know the ceiling fan stats at the end of the game. Tell them about ceiling fan.
Oh dear.
Okay. But it's okay. You run. And it can't chase you. It's a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
It was like a fist bump success by Edgar's player. I love that. You reach an escalator. You're panting. You're running. You've been running. Dodging ceiling fans. There's a sign that says more shopping on lower level.
I love the idea of that montage scene of just like descending ceiling fans trying to nip at the heels. Go, go, go!
Oh, actually, this game has a mechanic for whether or not you escape. Everyone roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, fun.
That's right. You can't just flee. You're not allowed to flee. You gotta fight my ceiling fan.
I got a 2.
You don't have to.
I also got a 2.
Oh, okay. Fine, just leave.
6.
This is like the scene
Bobo got a
with Harry and the
19.
Hendersons.
Oh, Bobo.
His dancing is not efficient enough.
Okay, so are you guys gonna leave Bobo?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know, under normal circumstances, Wilford would leave him, but the dude carried me around
Yeah,
while
that's
I was
true.
all blitzed out. There's something of a brother in arms now, so I'm going to turn around and try and help Bobo.
Okay, every turn, Bobo can try to flee again. But for now, I want you to roll off for who gets hit by the ceiling fan a second time. Like, maybe roll a d4 and 1 and 2 is Wilford, 3 and 4 is Bobo.
Oh. 4.
That's a Bobo.
Look out, Bobo!
Oh.
Okay,
No,
Bobo
Bobo!
takes a d8 of physical damage from the ceiling fan.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
The
it's a
dice
d6.
says 1.
It's okay. It's a d6 for the future.
All right. So he's going to go down to 0 HP. And
Wow.
then is in threat of taking stat damage.
Yeah. All right, Wilford and Bobo, it's your turn.
Wilford's going to smack this thing with his wrench while it's
It can only be
attacking.
hit by ranged attacks unless you trick it into dropping down, much like a Zelda boss scene.
I thought just hit Bobo. Okay, I'm
Don't
gonna
worry, you don't hit.
I'm gonna stand there ready to hit it if it comes at Bobo while he flees. I'm gonna say, "Go, Bobo! Run to Muse and to Edgar."
Come on, Bobo.
Bobo's gonna roll another dexterity saving throw. Try to flee, Bobo.
He gets a 1.
Oh, it's a critical success. That means that it hits Wilford on the way out to, you know, like you don't have to run faster than the ceiling fan. You just have to run faster than your friend.
That's fair.
That classic phrase.
I'll roll a d6 for the damage on Wilford.
Yes.
And that's a 2, which his armor soaks it, and then he's gonna try and get out of there.
Yeah, you successfully rolled that dexterity save, so you can escape.
Yeah.
Bobo looks at you and says, "No one has ever defended me in my entire short animated gnome life."
Well, now you can say differently, Bobo. Put a tiny hand on his tiny shoulder. They're like, let's get out of this shopping center.
I owe you, Wilford. And you guys, one more jerkily than the other, flee. You reach an escalator. There's a sign that says more shopping on the lower level.
My God.
Oh my god, I really hope that this is a music store down here, please.
I've never hated shopping this much in my life.
I know. Usually it's so much more fun than this.
Do you guys take the escalator?
Yeah.
Yes. As we're going down it, Wilford's like, this is how they get you. They always put the thing that you really want at the very back of the store. So that way you have to go through all the other things first.
Yeah.
That's true, like the dairy section.
On the bottom of the escalator, where you guys normally jump over it, there's a piece of lab glassware sitting on the bottom of the escalator. A beaker has crusted white crystals inside it at the bottom.
I know what you're thinking, Muse. Please don't taste it.
No. It's right. It's right there.
Don't do it.
It's right
Don't do it.
there. It's
If
right.
you want to take it for examination, I recommend not sampling the substance here.
I completely agree with that. We just saw the kind of contraption we had to put Wilfred in to make him survive.
Yeah, but like,
See, you
Can
can't
I
think of a
invest-
single thing.
no, I'm sorry. I really want to try it.
I think we'll have a much more difficult time bringing you along if you are incapacitated than Bobo or myself.
Yeah, but like, I'm really thirsty.
Okay.
That's not liquid. It's not liquid, woman.
What is it?
It's not liquid.
I
It's
thought
It's
it
a
was in
crusty
cup.
substance.
It's a crystal, crystallized on the bottom of this scientific beaker.
Just snorts it immediately. No hesitation.
All right. I had to just Google something very interesting then to be like, what does calcium phosphate taste like when snorted? And, I mean, Google's like, I'm on some kind of watch list now. It is tasteless. It is odorless. The question of does it burn your nose when snorted? I don't know. Google doesn't know. Does calcium phosphate burn when
The government
snorted?
doesn't want you to know.
Ah, the mantra of I'm a writer. I'm a writer. This is why I Google these things. I'm a writer.
I don't know. Google doesn't know. I don't know. I'm going to go with it's tasteless and odorless. It probably is just kind of like sand in your nose.
She sneezes immediately.
A fine white powder exits from her nose. And that was a clue for everyone. It is calcium phosphate.
That is not what I thought it was. Oh.
Oh, what did you think it was?
If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Do you know
God.
what it is? What isn't what you thought it was?
I don't know if Muse is smart enough to know what calcium phosphate is.
That's okay.
She didn't go to college.
Here's another word, hydroxyapatite. And anyway, you step into a long hallway after that scene. It is dotted here and there with various hallway decorations. The hallway wall does not go all the way up to the high ceiling, instead stopping about 15 feet in the air.
Y'all see that too, right?
Sorry,
Makes
this
me
is a
think.
long hallway where the walls don't go all the way up to the ceiling.
Yep.
I feel like either we're going to climb over it and then find something on the other side of the wall, or it's going to climb over and come to us.
I'm certainly curious to see what we might find up there.
I'm
that
a
about
little
15
curious
feet?
myself.
Yep.
All I see is an army of mannequins crawling tooth and nail up the wall, coming to aid us or something. But onward we go.
There are a dozen wooden pallets littering the ground here where you've come to. The pallets have been haphazardly tossed in a pile, so you can see that they can stack. And there are junk food wrappers scattered around the base of the pallets.
Is anyone interested in helping me construct something of a pyramid or a ladder?
Sure.
Roll to see if you do it.
Does that sound like a dex roll?
Yeah,
A 3.
you do it.
We do it.
Yay!
I'm going to clamber up there and take a looky-loo.
You can see over this interior wall. The Vista upon your gaze is a different shopping section next to this one. It has clothes racks and musical instruments.
Oh, finally!
I think if we go over this wall, we might be able to find your guitar strings that you're looking for.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Now, question, Wilford, did you see a way down the other side, or are we going to have to build something for that too?
There were shelves that were storing things on the other side. Is that accurate?
Wheeled metal racks of clothes.
I looked to see if there's a metal rack close enough to part of the wall that we could construct our ladder near it and then vault to it.
To, like, land on it?
Yeah.
You could land on it.
Right? Wheeled racks of clothes. Like, it's closer than the ground, so it's gonna soften the blow a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you're 2 feet tall, and this is a 15-foot wall. Yeah. It's quite the height. Yeah. Yeah, landing in a pile of clothes is smart. Yep. Okay, do a strength roll to see if you make it to the clothing pile.
Here I go! Woo!
Ooh, oh, I did not. That was a 16.
You go splat, you take a d6 of physical damage.
Oof!
Ooh, that was a 6. So I will end up taking 3 physical damage. I think fair to say that we had, been out of the fans long enough. So I'm at 3 hit points as we enter this floor.
All right. Muse, it's just you and Edgar in the hallway.
Oh, what happened to Tofu?
You didn't see him jump there? You didn't hear him scream and splat?
Oh, no, sorry. I was super distracted by my cuticles. Sorry.
I'm okay!
See, he just said
I love
okay.
you. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay!
Do you need a hand?
Are you not coming over here? I thought this was the plan. I maybe wouldn't have jumped if you're all planning to stay over there.
Hey, if you jump, I jump, man. I'm gonna jump.
I'm gonna jump as well.
I will also jump.
I, Bobo, am also here.
Nobody asked you, Bobo. Jeez.
You could be carrying me again, and then I would not have to jump.
Okay, I'll carry you.
Probably a better idea with his stats, too.
You four are in a room. It's pretty small. It's almost like a back room where they have clothes in your size, and they're like, no, we don't have any clothes in the back room. And you're like, just check. And they're like, oh, and they like go back there. They check their phone for like 5 minutes, and they come back out, and they're like, yeah, I checked. We didn't have your size. This is that mysterious room that has everything in your size.
This sounds like a very specific experience.
Mm-hmm. And it also has musical instruments. But you can see the 4 walls. It's just a little back room. Like, there's no door.
Okay. I guess I'll start browsing around and see if I can't find some guitar strings.
You find guitar strings.
Yay! I'll just grab a couple and I'm just like, yes! Oh, man. I just recently wrote a new song, too, so maybe I'll perform it for you.
How do you guys get back to the hallway?
That is a good question. Is there any stairs leading up?
Nope.
How many guitar strings are there?
As many as you need.
Yeah.
Let's make a rope ladder.
All right.
How many hours do you spend making a rope ladder out of guitar strings?
As many as it takes. We'll take turns.
We still don't really know where an exit is. We were mysteriously teleported in here, so it's not as though going back is any better than going forward. There might be, an exit or stairs or something on this side of the wall as well.
You can see you're in a small storage room with a bunch of clothes and instruments. There's no door out. So after many hours constructing a rope out of guitar strings, I'm going to say days have passed, you guys are back on the other side of that wall in the hallway again. We're going to try to continue this adventure. I don't want to run out of time. So, another escalator down. I'm sure you found your way out. Everyone add 1 extra fatigue for sleepiness. Edgar, you don't really have room.
I'm leaving my samosas behind or just eating them.
We can make it hunger if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be
Let's
convenient.
have it hunger. 1 hunger fatigue for everybody, please.
All right.
Wilford, are you dropping something, or are you going down to 0 hit points?
Do you have all those cookie crumbs in that bag yet?
Of course.
I will drop the duct tape, though.
Oh yeah, you guys, you have 8 crushed bags of cookies.
Yeah,
The
just
whole
eat 'em.
Wilford?
cookie universe.
Wilford, you don't have a fatigue because you ate a crushed bag of cookies. Muse, you're down to 7 crushed bags of cookies,
All right.
plus 1 hunger fatigue.
Can I take some cookies?
Absolutely.
All
Sneak
right.
back. 6 crushed bags of cookies. And this takes us to the next area. You walk
You
off
all
that
thought I was
escalator.
being excessive when I grabbed armfuls of these things, but now you're grateful for it.
I understand.
You walk off that escalator into a large, uniformly lit store displaying kid-sized furniture and items that people could buy for their children. There are stock photos of happy families with children on the kid-sized dressers and bookshelves here.
Bobo, this looks like the kind of place that you might live. 'Cause you're short.
I don't know what to think about that.
I mean, it's true though.
Are there any stuffed animals or kind of toys? Is that a section that might be here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, each of these display areas has a kid-sized bed, a bunch of stuffed toys, and stock photos of happy families with children on the kid-sized dressers and bookshelves here.
Find
I
this
would
man
like
a
to
furry
see if
wife.
any of the dolls have animated.
Roll that charm.
Go for it, Bobo. 14.
You got it. Woo.
That's gonna not.
Yeah.
Oh, once again, Bobo is unlucky in love.
I'm rooting for you, Bobo.
He's a real crowd favorite.
Yeah. Edgar, one of the stock display photos of a happy family is a blonde, pale-skinned, green-eyed man wearing colorful draping garments, smiling with a black-haired, pale-skinned, green-eyed woman wearing plain formal attire. They are smiling at each other as they both hold the hand of a toddler who is looking up at them and not the camera.
This is wrong. How did this get here? What on earth? And without really thinking, Edgar just kind of drops all the things that he was holding, which would be the bindle and his dagger as well, and just grabs at the photo and just like stares at it and brings it right up close to his face, trying to make sense of what he's seeing.
What you got there, Edgar?
I don't know how to... there's a picture of my family here.
Your
My
family?
parents. This is my mother and my father. I'm not sure how they got in this godforsaken place.
Do you think they're still here?
God only knows. I wish. I've been searching them for a long time, hoping they'd be alive. I thought they died, but oh goodness, something is not right.
What do you mean you thought they died?
Yeah.
Well, I've always known that they were dead, I suppose, but there's some part of me that still kind of wishes they weren't. So I think I've been trying to, I don't know, whatever is brought this to this place is not holy. There's something very wrong.
Is this something that they would have been carrying, perhaps? Maybe they were not killed but disappeared. Should never trust that someone's truly dead unless there's the body.
I
That is
agree with
true.
that, actually.
I was not quite old enough to know, but I know the man that is responsible. I just don't know perhaps if they are dead. I suppose there is a world in which they would carry a picture of me around in their... I don't know.
Try calling their names. Maybe they're somewhere here.
It feels like a level of emotional vulnerability I'm not feeling up for at this time. I don't want to risk the creatures in this place hearing me. Perhaps they would steal something from it.
That's wise. Don't give away your names in this realm unless... I mean, I don't know what the unless is there. You shouldn't do it.
This is why
You could have said that at the start of the adventure, but you didn't.
You know, some of those customary things are things that you don't think other people don't know.
Sorry, could you run that by me one more time? You think that people... What was that?
You shouldn't give out your name.
He says after probably like 50 hours.
Oh.
It's just one of those, it's like, you don't think you have to tell people, like, wash your hands or do the thing that's like everybody does. But yes, you shouldn't give your name. That's the thing. We took a little bit of a gamble, honestly, with Bobo back there. But it seemed pretty clear that he was an animated garden gnome.
I don't know.
But isn't that usually
I
how
was
they
going to
get
stab
you?
him.
That's a good point.
All right, so you guys, one confusedly holding a photo, one remembering that they've said their name like 10 times, and the other one honestly wandering off. Muse, you wander off, and you guys have been walking through children's furniture for hours. There's a big display of bunk beds that blocks the line of sight to what is ahead, and you hear movement.
I will go over to it.
Yeah, you go over to it. A half dozen small toys are positioned around this display version of a children's bedroom. One, a green T-Rex, falls off the bed and lands on the ground.
Oh, poor guy. I will gently pick him up and put him back.
You do. You put it back up on the bed.
I look around. Do I see any other figurines? Maybe some girls?
Yeah, there's a Barbie.
Ooh, I'll take the Barbie. And I'll just be like, listen, I don't know if you are like a thing or like a toy, but I got a buddy who really needs somebody, and he is like the sweetest. He will treat you so right, girly. Like, you won't even have to worry about it, So please, if you're in there, be nice to him, please.
The doll does not move.
I'm gonna bring it over to him.
A big question for you.
Yeah.
Are you taking the Barbie car?
You know what? Sure. And I'll bring it over to my little gnome friend, and I'll be like, hey.
Wait. You left the room. As you walk away, you hear movement behind you again.
Oh. Do I want to investigate it? At least I'll look around and see if I can't see, like, see if, like, I can't figure out, like, what's going on.
You pop your head back in. The toys are not moving, but they're in a different position than they were in before. The green T-Rex is back on the ground.
Oh. Okay, well, that's weird. I'm gonna go back to my friends now. I'm gonna run away.
You're back at your friends.
Yeah. Guys.
What'd you find back there?
Really weird stuff, but look what I got for you, Bobo. And I'll get down on my knee and I'll show him the cool Barbie car along with the hot Barbie. I don't know if she's real or not, but I mean, she's pretty.
All right. Edgar and Muse, who wants to roleplay as Barbie?
I'll be Barbie.
Okay. Bobo, how do you try to charm Barbie? First, make a roll.
Yeah, first he's gonna see if it is actually an anime doll. You say, "Hello, miss."
And your roll is?
He gets an 8, which is good, but not good enough for his stats.
Okay, so you sound kind of like a Dorcas. And Barbie, you say?
You sound like a Dorcas.
Oh, I'm just so happy to find another animated individual like myself.
So, my girl tells me that you'll treat me right?
I don't know what type of promise that is or what that means, but I would be very happy to do my best.
Will you give me everything that I want?
That feels like an open-ended promise that I cannot claim until I know what you want.
I just want somebody who will take care of me. Of course. I mean, I gotta get my nails done, and I gotta get a dog, and oh my god, all of the dresses. Will you give me all of
those
that?
things seem amenable to me.
You're so perfect. Okay, let's run away together. What's your name?
Oh, I think you
What?
got to call him Dorcas with that roll.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just
he
gonna
goes
call
to
you
say-
Dorcas. But you're
He
my
goes to say-
Dorcas.
My name is...
And then he like pauses and he looks at Wilford and he says,
Dorcas sounds great.
Hi, I'm Barbie.
I will call you Babs, so that no one listening will know that is your name.
Babs is like a super cute nickname. It feels like a stripper. That's exciting.
I do not know how to respond to that.
Oh, Barbie, invite him back to your place. You can drive off into the sunset. Your friends are all animated, by the way.
Yeah. Why don't you come back to my place?
Would you like me to drive?
Can you drive?
I will find out.
No, I'll drive. You can be the passenger princess this time.
That works for me.
Keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like how that's going to matter more to you guys than anything else in the story.
Absolutely.
Bobo found happiness. If Bobo found
Yeah, the happy
happiness, I
ending,
can
which
find
really
happiness.
seemed unlikely for a while
With
there.
Oh, yeah.
Barbie.
I put the Toy Story scene in there to kind of like horror scene, yet cute, freak you guys out, but not really. Meanwhile, it's his dreamland. It's the place he's always wanted to find.
If it means anything, it did freak me out, but
Yeah, it was just
it
like...
just ended happily.
Yeah.
Direct Toy Story knockoff. All right. Escalator time. You guys going down the escalator?
Seems
We're
like
going
there's nowhere else to go.
baby.
You walk into a large, comfortably warm, uniformly lit store displaying beds, dressers, and wardrobes that people could buy to put in their bedrooms.
I mean,
It's another
there's just-
floor.
Yeah.
Wow.
But here's like,
mean-
not again.
We're just like, what do we do now?
See, normally I'd see this bed, and as tired as I am, I'd lay down and get a nice wink of sleep, but
You know, I am really tired. Why don't we just try that?
I think the mattress probably has limbs.
Okay, so why don't we just take the mattress off of the thing and we just take the mattress?
Because then we're taking the thing that has limbs.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
And if we sleep on top of the thing when the mattress isn't there, well, we'd be getting rid of the limbs. But that's just a piece of wood.
I don't know what to do.
I think if we feel like we can carry on, we should. But perhaps we make note of this, and in case we have to return and sleep to regain our strength.
Agreed, I would like to just walk. We need to get out of here.
As you walk, it gets hotter and hotter.
Ugh. Take off my jacket for now. Is
I'm
it me
really
or is it like
regretting
really
wearing
warm in here?
pajamas.
Wilford, sweating profusely, his hair starts to like stick to the side of his face, giving him almost kind of like a drowned rat appearance.
Love it.
One of the beds has a lab coat tossed casually across it.
I don't want to find out. Let's keep walking.
I'm
Please.
curious what there might, particularly if there's any identifiers of who that come from.
I'm gonna like try and pick it up with my wrench first, like just to make sure it's not trapped or something. But I want to investigate what's going on here in the coat.
Yeah. It's about a 3-foot tall person's lab coat. And it's kind of dentisty style.
Yeah, yeah. Anything in the pockets?
Oh, definitely like a baby tooth.
Yeah, of course. There's baby teeth in here.
Throne robber, or perhaps one of his children. Would he be so bold to leave his lair? Who can say?
Am I supposed to know who that is?
He's an old enemy of mine, an adversary, if you will.
I think it's the same one that had to do with the teeth people.
Oh,
Yes. I'm not so excited about it either.
that is some strange. That's very strange.
You're familiar with the tooth fairies that come in the night and steal children's teeth away?
I am
They
now.
don't steal it. They take it and then give you money.
Interesting theory. I've never heard of this before, but perhaps in some places there's an exchange. But the Thron robber is of their ilk, a bone fairy, truth be told. He sends out his minions to harvest the teeth of children.
I really want to believe you.
Why would you not believe me?
It sounds crazy and made up.
Wilford just gestures broadly at the strange pocket dimension they've been wandering through.
She kind of nods conceitedly. Yeah, point taken.
We should hurry on. If Thrawn Robber is behind this, then perhaps it was his powers that summoned us here and he has the edge. We should get away safely.
What if it is him? What do we do?
If we're lucky, avoid him and return back to our homes.
I should stop touching the teeth, for one thing.
Yeah, that's super weird, man.
It was a clue.
I know, but it's still super weird.
Wilford thinks briefly back to the calcium phosphate that Muse
That she snorted.
at the drop of a hat.
It was probably powdered baby teeth that you snorted back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense.
Oh, God.
I didn't make you snort it.
Calcium phosphate. Can we please find an exit? This place is creeping me out.
All right.
Agreed. Let's hurry on.
Let's just keep going.
You reach an escalator.
Let me guess. It's going down.
Does it say go down for more shopping?
Unlike the others, this escalator is blocked by a clear door with a letter keypad lock.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter.
Lettered.
I seem to have been a little confused.
I'm gonna take the tooth from the lab coat and I'm gonna smash it with the wrench, and then I want to blow the powdered calcium phosphate over the number or the letter pad to see if it sticks to where the oil of fingers had touched this thing.
Oh, nice. Smart.
Yes, you feel that the letters T, H, and O have been pressed.
T, H, and O.
Like hot?
Well, try it.
Yeah, I'll try H-O-T.
It is very hot right here. Very, very hot. Uncomfortably hot. You're all sweating. But that doesn't open the door.
Ah, blast. Is there a G on the keypad as well?
There are all of the letters on the keypad, but you've revealed the only ones that have been touched are H, T, and O.
To be fair, the door is closed, so maybe whoever touched this before didn't have all of them.
So I'm going to punch in hot to go, H-O-T-T-O-G-O, and see if that opens the door.
Nope, doesn't open the door.
It was worth a shot.
That was a good one, though.
H-T-O. Enter. T-H-O. Enter. O-T-H. Enter. O-H-T. Enter.
You have now tried all of the combinations, and then none of them opened the door.
I'm going to go T-O-O-T-H.
Ba-ding! The door opens.
Well, that's
More of Thrawn Robber's stand in this.
I think we proceed forward.
Yeah.
Please.
Muse, did you get that? The word that opened the door?
It was tooth. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. All right. This escalator is very long, and you look down, 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 and feel a bit dizzy from the way you can't see the bottom.
Too high, too high, too high, too high.
I don't even feel like we're going down anymore.
Hours pass. It's taking a lot longer than the other escalators did. Down, down, down. It's getting hot. The lighting was shop white before, but now is yellower. You can hear a sound a bit like rain. Patter, patter, patter. But it's not rain, and you see what it is as the escalator reaches the searing hot bottom. It's the pitter-patter of little gravel pieces falling off the surface of lava. Black rocks slowly moving, sliding off in sheets, moving, ever so slowly, revealing orange inside. You have reached the inside of a volcano that is actively bubbling magma.
Oh.
It's an underground chamber. The walls are lined with scientific instruments, big panels of metal that are flashing small colorful lights, automated teeth extraction machines, and one very big drill in the middle.
What a horrifying assortment of things.
I've always really wanted to see a volcano, but not under these circumstances. Goodness.
I was not expecting this, that's for sure.
Is there any sign of Thronrobber or his minions?
An older, 3-foot tall, white-haired, yellow-skinned, black-eyed man is sitting at a console. He is wearing dentist's uniform-style clothes. He turns to you as you enter, and coldly, without feeling, says, "Finally, you have arrived."
Thronrobber! What's your game, old man?
To torment you. Muse, Edgar, I have a proposition for you two.
She squints suspiciously.
I am listening.
Hurt this old tinker troll who cost me my immortality that you are traveling with. His name is Wilford. In exchange, I will give you, Muse, not only guitar strings, but the uber guitar strings that will make you sound the best in the world. And Edgar, I will give you not only a book on Volcaran of the Pale Throne, but a book with all his economic liabilities, evidence of illegal misdeeds, and the names of criminal lord enemies who want him dead. All his mistakes. You two don't have to answer me now. Simply, if in the upcoming fight Wilford becomes horribly disfigured but leaves, these prizes will be yours. He snaps his fingers together, and what was perhaps an image projection of him, definitely, disappears in a cloud of white bone dust.
Ah, it seems very much his style.
Yeah.
He can't be trusted.
I trust you. I'm not giving him anything.
Wilford looks warily at Edgar, who is an unknown variable unto him.
Edgar is palming his dagger.
Wilford will take a step back. Actually, he's gonna, because back doesn't get him anywhere, he's gonna start moving quickly down the escalator.
The escalator led you here.
Oh, we're on the bottom already.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I heard Thronrobber say in the upcoming fight. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on Edgar and also on whatever other horrible thing is about to happen.
The teeth extraction machines activate, and their lights begin to flash faster.
Well, that's just great.
I would like to take cover behind the console. Oh, is the console? I would love to rush over to the console and see if I can somehow control and shut these things down.
Okay, it's gonna fight you too. All right, so sorry, all the machines in this are animated.
Oh, the console's gonna fight me too. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Everyone, please make a dexterity roll. Let's see if you go first or after these teeth extraction machines and the console and the big drill.
I'd say about half the time when I'm at a computer console anyway, it feels like I'm in a fight. So this par for the course.
In this brief moment, I would like to remind that I did eat the samosas, and so I am not at 0 hit points, thank God.
If you drop your bindle, you're not. You're at bindle, dagger, catalog, book, sleepy fatigue.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'll drop the bindle.
But dropping the bindle would still put you at... Or if you shift one thing over into the bindle, you're good.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put your book in your bindle.
Okay. As for dexterity, that is a 4.
All right, you go before the machines. Muse?
I got a 6.
You go before the machines. Wilford?
I got a 7 and beat my 8.
Fantastic. All of you have a turn before the machines go. What do you do?
Oh.
As previously indicated, I rush over to the console and attempt to shut down the machines.
Yeah, can I help? Can I stab the console?
You guys have invented this console. These are individual drilling machines.
Oh, I thought you said that Thronrobber was seated at a console as we came down the escalator. But if there's not one, then I will just turn and fight the machine.
He is sitting at a console. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, there is now a control console. I did say that. Okay, I'm going to give that the stats of the big drill. Okay. Shifting on the fly. Yeah, there's a big console.
Yeah.
It is the big drill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to try and instead of like whacking it with my wrench, I'm going to see if I can smarts it and shut it down with the command codes.
Yeah. Tell me what you do.
I run up there and I push the appropriately
I mean
buttons
mechanically.
stuff.
Mechanically, sorry.
Oh.
Tell me. So you have attack, dexterity, or strength, dexterity, control, and
Yeah,
you
I
have your
think I'm
weapon
gonna
attack.
make a control roll of some kind and see how that works out for Wilford.
Use your weapon attack because that's actually how you can damage it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack it.
Yeah, but mechanically you're trying to shut it down.
Okay. So do I just roll the damage on my wrench? Is that what we... Okay.
And if Muse is also attacking it, just to let you guys know, multiple attackers target the same foe. Everyone rolls damage dice, but only the single highest result hits.
All right. I'll give it a whirl.
First, let's hear what Wilford's roll is.
I got 2.
Okay. And Muse?
Oh, not great. I rolled a 20.
You rolled a what?
A 20.
On your attack dice. All attacks
Oh,
hit in Ikrala.
sorry. I'm so sorry. That's
Yeah,
a
no, you're
D6,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wrong dice. 4. That's better.
Yeah. All right. So the 4 is what's going to be hitting the console big drill. And Edgar, what are you doing on your turn?
Seeing them go after the console and the big drill and seeing that there's a smaller drill, I'm going to
There
run
are
over to the
4
small
smaller
drill.
drills.
Oh, man. I'm going to run over to the nearest smaller drill. And I'm just going to try to stick my knife directly into the mechanical arm that's holding it up on the roof or whatever it is attached to.
Yeah. How much damage did you roll?
Yeah. Realized I could have rolled that ahead of time as well now. That is 4 total.
Okay. That depletes its HP and makes it roll a control roll to see if it sticks around. It does. It is still fighting. It has 0 HP. And it's going to take a critical wound. 0 HP and 3 control. Alright, the first one looks very critically wounded of the 4. And then from Muse and Wilford, the big drill takes 4 damage, which you feel like it probably only took 3 damage because it is made out of metal. Now it's the big drill's turn, and the 4 teeth extraction machines. The teeth extraction machines are each going to do ear-splitting bone drill sound damage. They all activate at the same time. Everyone take a d6 of stress damage.
Ooh, that's a lucky roll. I won.
I got
I
a 1
also
as
rolled
well.
1.
Oh!
Hey!
Hey!
Sneak triplet eyes. All right, cool. And the magic lights flash on the drill. And everybody, if you have functioning eyeballs, please take a d6 of stress damage.
Okay. A 3.
Does the previous stress damage this round, like, does this stack, or is our stability used against each iteration?
Your stability applies each time.
Cool.
Edgar has 2 stability, Muse has 2, and Wilford has 2.
Yeah,
Just
so I will take
double-checking, was
2 stress damage and go to 4 hit points.
Yep.
Was that just a d6 or d6 plus anything?
Nope, just a d6.
Okay, then I'm not going to take any damage. I rolled a 2.
Yep. Muse,
I rolled a 3, so.
you take 1 damage, you're at 5.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Great. As the magic lights dazzle and confuse you, the drill is coming, but first it's gonna make you confused. Okay, it's back to you guys. There are 4 teeth extraction machines and a big drill and a console. The big drill and console are one thing. What do you do?
Is there a way we could, like, destroy this?
Yeah, you can attack it.
Yeah, alright, I'll attack it.
Okay, roll your damage.
5.
Yeah. Wilford, what are you doing?
These are rather large, correct? How are they
The
moving?
big drill is big. The teeth extraction machines are small. They could operate on children.
How are they, like, moving? Have they like created some limbs and they're kind of spidering around? Are they on wheels? What's going on there?
There's 4 of them, and one is each design you can imagine. One from the ceiling, one kind of like the Jetsons robot, one, is a bit like that Boston Dynamics dog,
Yeah, kind of looking to see if I can shove one of them into the lava that's around us.
You absolutely can. Off to the edge of this environment, there is lava that is actively pitter-pattering with the rocks that are falling off of it. That is probably a strength check to see if you can shove it.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to commit to the bit, so let's give it a shot. That's a 17. That is not a good deal.
You fail to shove this giant piece of metal into the lava. Yep.
Push him into the lava! And then fails to do so.
Edgar, what do you do?
I'm gonna run over towards that same one that he's pushing, but I'm just gonna give it a big old knife to what would be the head if it was not a robot without a head. And I actually rolled a 6, so 6 plus 1, that is 7 for maximum possible damage.
That straight up kills this because it had 4 control and 3 hit points. So we're down to 3. 3 of these. Describe the killing blow. And Wilford's a bit nervous because you're coming at him with a knife.
Understandable.
So describe what you do.
So to Wilford, this is probably not the most pleasant sight at first, because all he really sees is a blur of movement and the shine of the lava light off of this obsidian dagger, with Edgar kind of rushing in, and he worries for a second, most likely that his life is in danger, but instead, with a quick plunge, the dagger goes directly downwards through the paneling on the top of this tooth extraction machine, and in a spark of electricity and wires and bits of metal, there's kind of a spontaneous internal explosion of electricity and wires just completely breaking whatever Edgar has hit, and has plunged through all of the major mechanical arteries, so to speak, of this machine, and it just completely falls lifeless to the ground with a little bit of smoke raising up.
Oh, yeah. And the slowly advancing magma covers its body.
Oh, that works too. Well struck.
And Muse was the only one to attack the console, or the big drill. She does 5 damage. Muse, are you there? Maybe not. That's okay. We'll keep going.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I had to step away for 1 second.
Oh.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Muse, describe yourself doing 5 damage to this big drill console.
I mean, she's just gonna take the chef's knife and just stab it right in the console. Just stab it. Maybe a little twisting.
It takes so much damage, a significant amount of damage. 5 damage will whittle it down, so it only had 1 armor. It goes down to 1 hit point. All right, that means it's this enemy's turn. The teeth extraction machines, they still are up. They make an ear-splitting bone drill sound. Everyone take a d6 of stress damage.
I shrug it off once again. I'm used to Thrawn robbers' antics.
Edgar?
I rolled a 2 as well.
Okay. Muse? Okay. The big drill goes next. The big drill is going to make magic lights flash. Everyone is very disoriented, and the drill does 1d6 of stress damage to everyone who has functioning eyes.
1.
You'll have to vary your tricks. You can't get me again.
Did you take any damage, Wilford?
No. I got 2 again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so on a 1 and 2, you guys both did not take any damage. Muse will be back in a moment. And it's back to your turns. There are 3 remaining teeth extraction machines and a big drill.
I'm gonna smash that big drill with my wrench.
All right. How much damage did you do?
2! I'm not very strong.
That takes it down to 0 hit points, so I'm going to make a control roll right now. Yikes. Oh, that was 14. Describe the big drill exploding.
Yeah, Wilford runs over, vaults up onto it, brings down his wrench in a double-handed smash on the command console, and as it hits and the thing starts sparking, he does a backflip and vaults off of it as it just like explodes.
The crackle of magictricity across the drill is echoed by the crackle across the teeth extraction machines, which all short and crumple to the ground. You find yourself alone in this room, and instead of Edgar stabbing Wilford in the back for the book, Edgar, you don't get the book as a reward because you saved Wilford from a tooth extraction machine. The true spirit of fire-breathing kittens is working together in camaraderie, so you may have not gotten the book, but you've gotten a friend.
Edgar just kind of stands looking at Wilfred a little thoughtfully and has no more to say and turns away.
I'm going to read you guys some epilogue stuff as you have defeated the teeth machines. You now see the wall crumble aside, it shorted out, and it revealed an escalator up. Are you guys gonna take it up?
We're going to be on this escalator forever.
Oh, I hope not.
The escalator up takes you up, 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 and up. You feel a bit dizzy and close your eyes just long enough to blink. You find yourself standing in the 3 different shops you started this adventure in. You blink again, but you're still there. Don't worry. Woo! And before we log off, congratulations on defeating the teeth extraction machines and the big drill. And I'll read you guys some possible epilogue stuff. The free hug was just a free hug.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
The critical of the couch, if it gets a player down to 0 hit points, is that it would mangle one of the limbs with big old jaws. You could have made a furniture car.
Oh.
So the rest of the adventure would have been like Couchmobile, or like it sounded kind of like a metal. Sweet. And
The design was flawed from the start.
Of course. The catalog, if you ripped a page of that out, it would become the thing that you ripped out.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
I still had that in my inventory that I was tracking. Is it going to do anything for us at all? Or is it
That's
kind
up
of
to your
disappearing?
game master of a future game.
That's interesting.
Yeah. See if you can work it in. The ceiling fan. Oh, do I have that page handy? And there was a wardrobe. If you guys had slept in the beds, a wardrobe would have stalked you, which was really fun and like tense, but we kind of ran out of time, so I'm glad you didn't sleep in the bed. And the ceiling fan. Oh yeah, it would have carried you up into the ceiling with it if you reached 0 hit points, so that's its critical move.
Oh, I see why you compared it to the Zelda thing. It's like those hand things, whatever those are called.
Yeah, it's like the hand thing. I don't know what those are called either.
I hate those
Anyway,
things.
So, if Muse did not contain the seeds of the arcology-sized plant that burst from her arm in the garden center, then they spread to many worlds, and you guys are also infected now.
That sounds like a thing that happened, right? Like I know she
Yeah.
had us run, but I
she
don't
didn't,
really
like,
remember
clean.
containment.
Yeah, no, there's no containment. So you guys are now infected with the seeds of the arcology-sized plant. It grows into the Jack and the beanstalk.
Oh, infected with seeds.
And then if Wilford had become disfigured permanently, which would have happened if you hit 0 hit points and then failed to pass a strength check. So any excess hit points subtracts your strength stat, and after being subtracted by 1, the strength stat, you then roll against it, and if you roll under, you pass, but if you roll over, you get a permanent disability. But you didn't get a permanent disability. You kicked the butts of those drills and stuff like that. Yeah. So it would have been that Muse, you wake up one day to find amazing out-of-this-world guitar strings in your mailbox, and Edgar, you find an incredibly detailed book on all the weaknesses of Vokran of the Pale Throne. But instead, you have what really matters. Friendship was the point all along. Oh, the looks on their faces as I say that. Shakes head no.
No, it's true. Friendship is the true treasure.
That is. Edgar's just very tired.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Edgar.
Of course.
Wilford.
I'll get you, Thron Robber.
And Muse, if you're there. Are you there?
I'm here.
Thank you for joining us, Muse.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.